Okay, so I need 500 of these things.
Yeah, I mean, they were actually about to tell me, like, I have one.
There's December's.
I think you might be exaggerating a tad.
Okay,
Watch
you
me
three.
or whatever.
December's from last year,
Yeah.
and then that's January's, and then that's the current one.
Okay.
Adjustments.
Yep.
Okay.
Bills we paid, and then these are POs, we
Yeah,
did
no,
POs, and I
that's
had to
easy
produce
usually.
additional ones, so I just send signatures on.
Okay.
I do that.
Sounds good.
That's the Lions District 7, the festival
Oh,
sponsored
Gotcha.
the
I knew what it was, but
the
in my
convention.
head,
Right.
in my head I was like,
She asked me today, she's like, remind me again, because somebody's gonna ask, because it's a weird one.
Favorite festival.
Yeah, so the festival sponsored the Lions convention.
okay. So we'll call the Finance Committee meeting to order at 6:32 on March 12th. Call to order?
Michelle Denault,
Yes.
Bob Pingwin,
Yes.
Corey Harrier.
Yes. And then have we had a
I
chance
turned
to
it
review the minutes yet?
I tend to,
I did.
I did too. I'll
So-
make a motion to accept the minutes from February 12th, 2026, Finance Committee.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll move to the approval of the February 2026 docs.
Huh?
No, there's
Well, there's
old ones I'll be giving you.
Yeah, there'll be December's is, I believe there was December, but January and February were both clean. We had a couple in there.
Trust is for 18,000. 18,000. What is that from?
What are you looking at?
Private Purpose Trust, 2.346. It's on the fund status. It's 18,000. Is that for court?
No, that should be your festival.
Oh, okay.
Is that the 9903?
Nine-
9976.
Oh, no, it's 9976.
Unclaimed funds.
9976 is your Walnut Creek Sewer District.
Deposits?
Deposits.
Make sure I'm saying that right. Yes.
Cool. I'll probably have asked that 17,624 times, but
It's okay.
So on Queen supplies, I'm sure that's for the Queens for the festival, what's, like, do we have background on what we use that for?
Yeah, so that's your blanket PO, right?
Yeah,
Or your PO for that. So their supplies for the sashes, their crowns, all those different things and pieces of parts. And then, again, the village doesn't supplement their funding. They have to raise what they spend, and then they have a carryover. So
okay,
we're not, because it goes through our books, we have to do that. But
Right.
we're not paying.
paying for it, yeah,
Same thing with the festival.
yep.
You want unclaimed funds claimed, do you? Me too. We tried, right?
I have some, I just haven't had time to file for
I have some too. I need to do it, but it's on the list.
it. Yeah, me too. then by Ohio, I guess I should, Ohio workers comp,
Uh-huh.
it says 810, but then beside it says tune-up?
We, at the end of every year, we have to do a tune-up, so anything, we have to add everybody's wages, and then anybody that I give a 1099, like
Oh, okay.
Bob
So you're
and
just,
Terry, you have to do tune-up and pay the difference. That's the
Okay.
difference that I had to pay this year
okay.
on the tune-up. And then the 167 and change is just a regular monthly payments.
Okay. So on the one for the receipts, the cash journal, it actually, instead of like a company name, it says Pleasantville, and says paid last minute. It's just like 9/21, remove late
On
penalty.
your consumption report, or in your water report.
Oh. 921.
Was it
Oh.
water for one of our
Well,
When
buildings, or?
When we key in a main, like, when they pay with their debit cards or credit cards, like when they call the office and make a payment,
Uh-huh,
we have to physically key that
okay,
in, like Sam has to key it into the utility billing.
yeah,
Yeah, then that payment, if we don't turn around and do it again, we can't pull it in.
So if
Because of the date.
if we like if you call me and I take a payment over the phone
yeah,
and I enter that into our system, it doesn't post on their system and I don't see it in the transaction report until tomorrow.
Like
Oh,
the
okay.
next
So
day.
So do
people
we-
who do last minute payments, like on the 15th when I'm doing shut offs,
okay.
I
So this
can't-
person must late fee that they paid last minute, cause it's only like 9/21.
We probably took it off because they
Oh.
made the payment on the 15th, but we don't see the payment till the 16th.
we
Oh.
do see the payment, but when I post late fees, I
We do it
post
through
it
the
to
15th.
everybody and then I went in because
And
he had
corrected
paid
it.
that payment.
On time.
But I couldn't post it because I didn't have a transaction code or anything.
Okay, okay,
So I went back in and took that off
gotcha.
What happened?
because I can't take one and out of,
It says
500 out. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
But there's no way,
Our official seal to be fixed on the 8th of January.
So basically it was paid off.
it was,
And then it was corrected.
paid, it was just, unless you, as a customer, go in and pay it, if you do it on yourself, it posts to me.
Yeah,
But if I key it, there's a day lag
right.
as to when it shows up in the transaction report.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
Bob should've got one and
What happened? What's wrong?
something's wrong with
They made a mistake on their form.
their
Who did?
forms.
Board of Elections,
Oh,
the date that they signed it is 2029 versus 2026.
Well, you don't even have to apply next time.
Yeah.
We're done.
So you may want to call,
I will gladly call her.
Let her know that Councilwoman Harrier, no, don't tell her that. Next thing you know, I'll have an audit.
Well, I don't know if the Board of Elections audit, so.
People know people.
People know people.
I didn't even, to be honest, I made a copy and didn't even look at
I
it.
didn't even look at
And
them
all,
either.
actually what's funny is they're all that away.
I just went around and checked, yeah.
But that'll be a nice call when I see him. Information.
Send me the
That little girl is a peach.
for recording.
She's a peach. I said she was
Very pleasant and kind.
she's a full of sunshine.
Probably a whole lot.
We do.
Right?
I told my job the other day that I was
Do you
gonna
have an
take a day
extra?
off to do work on my resume. I think they appreciate it. I was having a bad day.
Now you gotta look at your stuff, make sure the right date's on it. Excuse me.
Oh, that's okay, you know what, I had to do all those ordinances for a sudden said a resolution. When I changed everything, I made sure every name was correct, because I missed ABC and when I just copied and pasted. At first I was like, are you kidding me? So I have plenty of scratch paper if you need.
I'll be, I cut some up when I'm about out.
Oh, well, I got a whole box.
So Samuel King? I don't think I've seen that name before.
That's Officer
That's
King.
Officer
Oh.
King.
I always just think Officer
I
King.
ain't never seen it before.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they might have to take Casey and Tony's mom's car over.
I say that when they hand me the bill to pay. I tease them, and I tease Jason, he's grounded all the time, so. Excuse me. There you go, miss.
He never got to come home.
Poor thing. 6 months old.
I think ish.
We'll see. Oh, is this name Noah?
Yeah, I saw.
Where are they at? What state do they live?
What's that?
Where do they live?
Parker.
This
Here.
little baby.
Here.
She's
Parker was one of our lifeguards.
Oh, that's too
really, really.
She was one of my lifeguards, yeah.
Which one are you looking at?
Parker.
That was her first baby.
No, this was number 2.
All those
She
numbers.
has a daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was number 1 that she just.
No, this
And
is
she probably, what, about 2 now?
the daughter just the shy of 2, I think.
Aw,
He passed away.
oh my God.
He had a stroke.
He looked like he was ill to begin with. He had a big scar on his chest.
I think he had heart surgery or something.
He did, he had, yeah.
He had
And
something wrong with
it
his
was
heart.
like the day before I reached out to her about it, because he was there, so. But can we,
He had
I'd
a
like to.
stroke,
Yeah, yeah.
and then they worked on him for 45 minutes and couldn't resuscitate him. Well, they could, but
Her. She was a lifeguard for, what, 4 or 5 years? Easy.
I said it before.
Yeah.
He had 2 open heart surgeries.
poor baby. Poor little baby.
I don't think parents can ever account for that kind of stuff.
You're the same.
That's okay. She lives over by the.
But
Yeah.
it's not ever gonna be good anymore, no matter what we do.
I know, they keep adding rules.
Does any of our stuff qualify for that 11% discount?
All of our stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
Casey hits
They-
that like nobody's business. You'll hold stuff to go to
Yeah.
that.
they buy stuff, the new compressors in the corner over there, they bought with those 11% things in the past.
11% is a lot of money.
Yeah,
It is.
I mean,
Especially
No,
when
for
you
us, it
spend
really is.
$200 or $300 or
Because they got the air
$400.
compressor, I'm not for free, but
yeah.
everybody's gonna pay for it.
Casey can tell you when every 11% is going on.
And if he has to buy something when it's not going on, he knows who to talk to about it.
Yeah.
it's not who you know. I forgot to send an email today. Is your little kiddo better?
Yes, luckily. Sorry I haven't missed it.
Oh, that's all right. We're gonna hear all about it later.
Okay.
I don't know.
Uh-oh, is it festival sign?
Yeah, it's in the packet. Your packet is up there, it says G, it's on the right hand side. I didn't have enough space in my table area. It was cluttering me, sorry. Here you go, Bob.
I would like to have one of these, but I want one that looks, that I can peel off of. That won't peel off my phone.
I could do that.
That's why everyone got one in front of us.
Or
I was
could get
wondering,
this
will
like-
it even hold up to the
Or,
weather?
you know what else I could do?
Is it made to hold
You
up
know
to
that
the weather?
stuff
on the
that like
outside
sticks
of
in
the
windows? I
Like
could
a
stick it to
cable.
that and then put
I
it,
mean,
and put the thing
When
on
you buy
it.
them, and they're
Yeah.
as cheap as they are,
Yeah.
what they say versus what they'll do.
I don't like stickers.
Back of my laptop.
That's a good idea.
And they're the right size, like if you have travel mugs like this, they'll fit down the side of it.
Smart idea. I mean, mashed potatoes for dinner, maybe.
Bob's still finishing.
Oh, sorry.
He's just signing off.
Yeah, but some of them aren't in the reports
It's-
for you. This
okay.
one's NSF,
True.
so.
Gotcha.
That's what he's signing.
I'm just saying,
I'm just not trying to be, you know.
no, that's fine. I thought I missed something, cause
I get to look at it first, then
you're good. I thought I missed something. I thought, what the heck? It's been a day.
Yeah. Penny normally sends stuff by email, which I love, but that stuff, it takes time to.
Sorry. And I meant to send it earlier.
Oh, no, don't be sorry. It's part of the gig.
I gotta get in the habit of doing it earlier.
We're just glad you do it.
Right?
Gracie Cat's got an ear infection. She's just not in any distress. She's just, I'm in distress mode.
So do we have an approval of the February 2026 documents?
I'll make a motion to approve the February 2026 documents.
And I'll second it. All in favor say.
Aye.
Anybody have any old business?
I do not.
There is new business that we'll discuss in the regular meeting for Resolution 03122601. It's for supplemental appropriations. Do I hear a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
And we'll call it to close at 6:53 on March 12th.
Where's your gavel at?
I don't know. I feel like
I got a
I'll steal
drawer-
Jason's.
I got a drawer full of them.
It would be kind of funny if we all had them. We all just start.
I don't know if I have that many or not.
Oh, so slow. I probably don't need one. I'd get out of control.
I have a buddy who's an elderly mother,
I like to do
and she was having problems with her vision.
Did you like this smiley face? I
And
thought
his, the doctor told her
I have
to
a
learn
lady
how
that-
to play the bongo.
that she buys big hearing.
Creeps.
She sells things.
Little 85-year-old
And then we
woman
sell
saying,
them.
you might
She
want to
had-
out there playing
These
bongo.
things were probably like
No.
50. I got them for $5. I want like
Maybe
6.
2 minutes into it. That's all right.
Right.
Yeah, they should have run out.
See, he winks. He's just a smiley face.
Oh, and I got a container.
Up
Leaves
over
out
there.
back here.
We can throw them in my bag. Okay. Yeah, but we were admiring the winky and the smiley face.
Oh.
so. What's up? Don't say anything out loud because I'm sure. Magic. What?
For months.
Months. Yeah, you don't know what happened. Let's go back. Let's see. I don't forget. We were,
What happened?
Pleasure.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, okay then. I don't know if he knows you, but I have my paper off the pen.
I need to have her sign the minutes. I need to have Michelle sign the minutes.
Excuse me, sorry.
Did you bring the table aside? I'm just not looking for. Oh, that's fine. We'll do it next week.
I don't know that I had any in there.
I'd rather keep up on it versus having to stack.
What happened?
He asked me if we had any payroll to sign. I don't think I had any. I think they're on her desk.
They're on my desk.
Wow.
They're on the list, Jason.
She promises.
I do promise. They're on
I'm just teasing. I don't even know what you're talking about.
the list that I'm like, oh shoot, it's due today, that list.
I like your hair, by the way, before we start. It
Thank
looks
you.
Nice tonight.
Thank you. Michael just did it this morning.
Oh, well, there we have
Thank
it.
you. I feel very much put together.
finally.
You know, I told my husband, I'm like, I really need to put a calendar together.
Third column.
Oh, is
He
that
has
all
a
it
calendar,
is?
it's like
Yeah.
a open document.
It's been 4 years since I've done or cut or anything, like
Yeah.
anything. So,
I just think it would be so handy, because it's like right here. I'm like, man, right in Pleasantville.
it's very gray.
Yeah, and she's come in and it looks all nice, now you've come in and it looks all nice. Probably should be, reaching out.
I know
Visited
she,
Michael.
she come in all put together, I'm like, I texted Michael, I'm like, I want my hair done.
Yeah, I know.
I want my hair done. I have to pull it out of my face, because I can't stand it. Oh, well. Is what it
That's
is.
funny. I told him both so Tom's had a bald head, like he shaves it. He has it in almost a year now. Like it's crazy. And we all have curly hair. But years ago when we first 20 years ago when we first started dating, he told me at one point his goal in life was to be wealthy enough to have somebody shave his head for him every week. Because he has to do it like every 2 or 3 days because
Oh,
it
yeah,
grows so
sure.
quick. We have very quick growing hair.
Yeah.
And I told Michael today, I said, so my goal is I wash mine maybe once every 6 days. Like, once a week is my goal. I hate it. I hate washing my hair. I said, I'm gonna pay you once a week to wash my hair.
Does he scrub good?
Oh, yes.
It's lovely.
Those are the best.
It's one of
It
those,
is.
you got,
Sometimes you get somebody and they don't do a very good job and you're like, man, that's a letdown, and then you get the ones that are good and then you're like,
Buy something
"Did I just pay you for
you're
this?"
the test
Yeah.
guinea pig.
Yeah.
Do you want all my
For
orders?
some reason I need it, like,
And then I
I
got
don't,
the minutes.
I
And
don't
have
like
you
doing
sign
it.
the
I don't know
minutes.
why. It's not even I mean, I
I
don't
forgot to
have a
give you mine.
special, I do in the shower, so it's not like a big deal. It's just annoying. And then I feel fuzzy and weird, you know.
Remember
That's how I feel when I wash
Yeah.
my
Fuzzy
hair.
and weird.
Yeah.
If they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get some frizzy action going
I
on.
think,
Takes
I
me
think
so
you
long.
have massage therapists, I feel like cosmetologists that are good,
Yeah,
because there's some that aren't.
yeah,
Could literally open a shop just washing hair, I think women would pay for that.
yeah.
For sure.
When I was in nursing school, I used to go get that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll get started. All right, it's 7 PM on March 12th, 2026, if we'll all rise.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call,
No, it's
please.
been on. Mayor Henderson,
Present.
President Jamalt. Here. Councilman Henry,
Here.
Councilman Payne.
Here.
Councilman Harrier. Here. Councilwoman Van Dyke,
Here.
Councilman Snyder.
Here. All right, everyone, February 12th, 2026 council meeting minutes in front of them. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Corey made the motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second. Courtney, sorry, almost said Sarah. I know, it just habits. I could have called you Corey, that's where she used to sit, you know.
Well, that would've been okay.
Roll call, please.
worse.
President Jamalt,
Yes.
Councilman Payne, Councilman Harrier,
Yes.
Councilwoman Van Dyke,
Yes.
Councilman Snyder.
Yep.
We can see how it is.
I feel like we're all a little out of sort. Like,
Yeah.
let's take a deep breath for a minute.
Well, tomorrow is Friday the 13th.
Again.
So you know the funny thing is when I did minutes, just a side note, our last meeting was on 2/12 and Friday the 13th was following
I think they're supposed to have the most this year.
It's because of 28 days in February. Stays the same.
it. Yeah.
Somebody had said it was the most you'll get in 1 year though.
Yeah, because normally you only have 2 unless it's a leap year, then you get 3.
Yeah, and then there's some moons and stuff
Yeah.
extra going on this year too, at the same time.
Explains
So-
so much.
Because we need help with crazy.
You can tell how that works.
Gee, we know the crazy around here.
You
Sam
can-
says
you
we
can
need help
tell
with
how it
crazy,
works when
right?
the full moon comes out.
All right, we'll go to council reports, finance.
We do have a resolution that we'll discuss later in the meeting, other than that, nothing to report.
Okay. zoning and property maintenance. We do have the one application that we had turned in last month. It's being rejected, it'll go in for a variance, and then we also have a request for a lot split. So Sam has been working with you two to set up a date. Sam, when you do schedule that, Roger Rugel needs to be added to that meeting. His variance,
The lot split?
no, the lot split and Roger Rugel needs to be
Oh, we
added
switched modes, okay, sorry.
to that same meeting.
Okay,
When you send out letters, you have to send out letters to his neighbors as well.
I thought we were talking about the lot split, I was confused, sorry.
We're putting them both in the same meeting.
Oh, okay, well then I was confused, sorry.
And then we'll get those taken care of. Records, rules, and law.
Yeah, Corey and I met last week, and it was a good meeting. We're going to be discussing a ordinance later on in the meeting, and there's some comments on it. And then the only other thing is I have a list of the existing resolutions and ordinances. Sam sent that to me. And then I'll be looking at updating the record retention policy,
Okay.
ensuring it meets ORC.
Okay, awesome. I know. Hey, she even volunteered for it. I didn't have to go eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Yes.
Recreation.
That would be me, so Courtney and I met, and,
I'm sorry.
so, poor Katie, little girl was sick, so, we talked about, and I'll have minutes for you, Sam, about the meeting regarding
Okay.
records, or about parks and I call it Parks and Rec, but it's Recreation, Community Center, and Pool. And, there's some events that we wanna do at no cost to the village, and I'll have a list of those, and I can bring them some next time, but things like, ice cream at the park, some things around, trying to have some events at least once a month during the summer months when kids are out of school, more if I can manage it. Things at Christmas time and during the holidays, like, for Christmas, doing a gingerbread house contest, which will, like I said, there's no cost to the village, I'll figure out the funding for it. And so we'll have something to do at least once a month with the village. I'll get with Sam and see if we can populate it and let people know about it. So I'll come back more with a list of events and some ideas of how we wanna do it, how we wanna tell people about it.
We'll be posting the job announcements for life managers, lifeguards, and a manager. Once we get some feedback on that or application, we'll reach out to your board and you guys can set up those meetings to do the interviews.
For sure. Do we do interviews for lifeguards and the manager?
So typically what we've done in the past is the board hires the manager
She does.
and then they hire their staff.
Lifeguards.
Since they're the ones that have to work with them, but again, you guys,
I think that's a method that works well,
okay,
personally.
all right. Safety service?
No, I don't have anything this month. I do have stuff, but I can't present it to council yet because I didn't have time to set up a meeting, which,
Okay,
before this meeting.
all right, not a problem. All right, county boards, regional planning, and board of health.
So nothing to report actually on any of them. I have nothing for regional planning that pertains to us, and then no board of health meeting.
Okay, all right. Next is grant updates, and we'll go to the board. My favorite thing,
Okay.
Oh, boy.
because I do have some updates. So our St. Francis School, we're gonna partner with Fairfield Union Local School District, so we held our first meeting. So we had a meeting with Fairfield Union, Village of Raymondville, Pleasantville, our engineers, county representations, and some different people at the state level that handle different type of funding. So to kick everything off, as far as future funding, we have to do a school transportation plan. It's called an STP. The school has to do that, so that's their part of this. What we talked about is for them to apply, it pays basically for the design. They apply and then that's for the travel plan. So you might as well go ahead and do it all, include as much as you can, so you can use this plan that's good for 5 years, for 5 years worth of cycles. So that's the goal. Fairfield Union did finish this up, and it was submitted last week. They give me when they will meet again. He did not. This is an ongoing thing. I think if I remember right, it would be this spring, but I can't remember what month, that they'll meet. Now, everything is a process. So when they meet, they may not do an approval. It may be like, oh, we like your ideas, but now give me this next round of meetings. So most likely, we will get funded for the STP for the plan. And then we'll start going there. School has the heavy lift on that. I did offer our Brayton and us use the same engineers, so we both offered, like, use our engineers. If there's a cost, we'll pick up that bill. Because the school does not have an engineering firm on staff, and they'd have to hire it out. Typically, the way our engineering firm does it is when it comes to these type of grants, they do everything up front for free, and then when we actually do the plan, that's when they actually get their money, type thing. So that's usually how that works, so I don't see anything large, but if they come back and say, you know, I want engineered drawings before we even consider it, well, if you have engineered certified drawings, you're gonna be paying for those, so, but they'll let us know if anything comes up. After that, you know, we'll work on the safe routes to school, because at that point, then the villages are on their own, we apply, Green applies. And then after that, we also apply for active transportation plan fund, which is in the millions, that could be fully funded. And that will kick off other designs, stuff like that. And then we can actually, I'm saying this like long-term wish list, big dreams, if we had all the money in the world, we can actually redo Main Street, sidewalks, streets, storm lines, the whole thing. And that's kind of what, you know, fix what we need to get the kids to school safely, and then the second round of that, once we get all that, is fix Main Street, so we have proper sidewalks, proper paving, stuff like that. So, more to come on that. Our ARPA funding, from there, again, this is the Tower of Hell that we've been dealing with now for 2 years. Engineers are doing the new drawing. Once they're available, we'll bid that out. We have in our packet tonight to pass an ordinance to go into contract with someone to remove the debris and then go down in the dirt about 8 inches and bring in clean soil. I just got permission today from the county. We can use those ARPA funds for that. It's about $11,000, so that's out of pocket for us. Will be about $30-some thousand. And what that's been reserved for, based on our conversation, is fencing. We're getting $30,000 worth of fencing, because we need to get this cleared out before the end of the year, and this just falls into the program nice and clean. We can drop it in without having to go back and change this and add that, and then take the chance of not having it done by the end of the year, then we lose the funds, and still don't have fencing that we need. So, but that's about it on the grants. The water meter replacement, you guys approved buying 20 new meters, so we replaced or ordered 40, 60 meters now?
Altogether, yeah.
Yeah, so
40 meters.
40 meters. So again, we're slowly getting those in.
Altogether, we've got, yeah,
40, we've had 2 orders, right?
yeah, 2 orders of 20.
20, yeah. So, and the goal is, as they die, or we see problems, that's when we replace them, so we don't have this same problem again 15 years down the road. Well, the next mayor doesn't have this problem, of all these die at the same time. In 15 years, I'm gonna be on vacation somewhere.
Me too.
So, that's the goal, not replacing these all, that way they all kind of die at a different time. So, but, you know, they are gonna start dying more frequently. We're starting to see an uptick in them, just because they were only designed for 10 years and we're at year 12. And basically, it's the battery that dies inside of it. And the ones that we replaced with, they have about a 15-year lifespan.
How do you know,
They quit working.
I mean,
They put
is it,
sending us in.
that's my
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, I believe in the old programming,
They stopped sending the
Oh, okay,
signal.
okay.
when we first bought this, we actually had a battery signal that we would get, and it would tell us like how much life is left. But then they done an upgrade, and it got rid of all that plus the data, like it got rid of all the stuff we bought. And we
I
lost
just
that
wondered
about
if there was
3
like
years ago.
all of a sudden somebody's water bill was zero, no meter or something.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
That happens too.
all right.
When I look at the consumption report, there's nothing there. Like, cause
Because they're
there's.
using water, but it's not being metered.
Yes.
The ones that
Yeah,
currently
When they
have a
break,
remote
when
read.
they break.
Oh,
when they
yeah.
The ones that currently have a
Yeah.
remote read, we're replacing with the
Yeah,
same.
everything's
Yeah.
remote.
We're moving from mechanical remote read to sonic.
The
remote
sonic.
read,
Gotcha.
which is Chemstruck base.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the new ones, because it's sonic, it can detect your, meter can detect your
Drip.
neighbor's water break. So it sends out those pulses, so let's say we get
Yeah, it's
5 or
like,
6 of you in an area that all of a sudden we have this huge pulse rate. It lets us know in that area that there's a water break of some
It's
sort.
got the loudest reading.
Yeah. So, and it just, well, Casey will go over it, but we just had a big water break, and when they got there, they actually found 2 more within that break that hadn't even surfaced yet. But we would be able to find stuff like that before they surface, so.
awesome.
All right, actually, speaking of that, we'll go to the maintenance report.
Maintenance report. Basically, a lot of the work has been on the EPA side, or a lot of my work has been on the EPA side. A lot of Tony's work has been on the equipment servicing of vehicles and equipment. Right now, we got the, source water protection plan and the CCR in the books we're working on right now. We replaced 4 of the new meters, 2 new curb boxes and 2 curb box relocations. That's what that big mess is up there up on Market Street. Sanitary inspection last month this time, I said, we thought we did well. We got 2 violations. One is we didn't designate which valves are critical in our documentation paperwork. We can discuss that. We've got a plan. And number 2, I just missed the whole thing that we're supposed to be putting phosphates on the MORs. It's a new thing that came out in November supposedly.
So what's
I don't remember.
phosphates on the MRIs?
MOR,
I think I said that right.
It's your monthly,
report.
it's
What
a
is
monthly
it?
report that we have to send to the EPA.
Oh, it's a report.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and your,
Just your water testing.
phosphates is just, yeah, your total
It's a
phosphates.
chemical we injected for corrosion.
Yes.
And it's just a report you didn't send?
No, we just didn't add that little number at the bottom.
Yeah.
They
You
get the
you have the
numbers.
number.
Yeah, they,
It's what's on the
they
report.
get it, it's
It's
just
just
not.
not on the report. They get the
Oh, it's
numbers
ju-
because
okay.
they get any test we do gets sent to us and them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you did cross
So
the,
you didn't,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
kind of. A
But
piece
I,
of it.
I just
A
don't
small
remember
piece.
reading that I had to add
It's a
that.
new rule had to be added to our monthly report,
And
in
I don't
addition
remember,
to,
yeah, and I
dates
don't,
and
I
hours
just
of
don't
reading.
remember reading it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I put it on this month, I'll put it on the rest, we're good.
We
Yeah.
were just talking language I didn't know, so, you know,
Yeah.
I had to ask.
It's fine, I'm sorry. So basically to mitigate these, all we got to do is submit our compliance plan, what we're gonna do to fix our violations. So that's that. We had a big leak that we talked about on Market Street. There was actually more leaks up there that we found. Everything up there now is fixed. Everything is routed one direction. It's just a matter of now we gotta fill in the holes. The problem we have right now is we can't get to our dirt because of the old rain. It's made it so soupy that when we go to try to get the dirt, we get stuck. So, yeah, working on plan B on that. And then, like I said, we've been servicing the vehicles and equipment, and that's been mostly our month. Any questions?
No.
Go ahead.
No. I just needed to know what the BPJX was.
MOR, it's just a monthly report.
I get it now, I just tease you.
It's one of those things, it's just a pain in,
Need to dumb it down.
yeah. Well, it's EPA probably did that too. I won't say that out loud.
Didn't hear anything.
in the valve exercise where we didn't have any
Bless
more
you.
critical. So EPA regulation says all main
Sorry.
valves, so not residential valves, need to be exercised every 2 years, and that's the maintenance schedule we're on. Any critical valve needs to be exercised once a year. Well, we've never had anything on our maps as critical. Well, they want critical, but they won't define what's critical. So we have to go through and define it. So we're gonna define it as the water plant, the 2 water towers, because those are critical. Now, they can come back and say, well, that's not enough. But then if we use Main Street and Columbus Street as a critical, then we have to make all You can't make one and not the other, so we're gonna start with that and see what
Should
their input
probably do valves feeding the school too.
is. Not speaking of the school, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, and nursing, or not the nursing home, but the
Nursing,
seniors home and
yeah.
apartments, yeah.
Anything like that where you have critical users.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, if there's anyone that is documented on life support that needs like, water stuff, that's
great.
critical.
We'll add that, cause that will
Yeah.
beef it up some.
In reality, if we haven't shut the street down, is that valve necessary now? Is it critical?
Yeah, it's critical when you need it.
So,
Right. But if people have to go without water for a couple hours, for the most part, that's okay. Unless there's a critical need, that's what they're looking at, is we have to do the same thing, so
Okay.
we've, at Lancaster, we've been through all the same stuff.
If they're on
Yeah.
if they're taking doubts,
Yeah.
if they have to.
We don't have any known ones in Pleasantville, our last one. that we
Because they're
had.
actually running water.
Yeah. Cause we had one dialysis patient in town, it's been 3 or 4 years ago, like they notified us, and then if we had a water break, we had to notify them directly, there was no
Yeah, so,
waiting or anything
Right.
like that. So, alright, any questions for Casey?
No,
Alright, we'll go on to the police report, Chief Garber.
Okay, so I do have some extra stuff that I have to add on here. I try to keep these reports to one page, but it's not working out today. So I'll update this
Thank you.
and back to you, so you don't have to guess where I inserted stuff. So, veggies first. We grabbed on the 13th of February, pursued a known drug house. Which where it is. We were working for from Perry County. To this drug house, actually came to this building and watched the intersection of his pretty confident vehicle would exit. They later did. They pulled out to get behind them before they activated because they did have a equipment violation, and they also had traffic violation occurring, 2 traffic violations. The vehicle almost hit a U-Haul that was being unloaded near the intersection, which caused them to, try to exit the vehicle a little quicker before they turned their lights on. The vehicle took off and really with a stop sign. And I was in excess of 75 miles an hour in the 25 zone before I left. Got into a pursuit, they went out Pleasantville Road and Cattail Road. I had actually just arrived in Bremen to do the patrol down there when this all happened. The last radio transmission I heard, they were 66 miles an hour on Cattail Road. Cruiser 4, which is it's a 2017 Explorer. When they went across 256, I really don't know if it was, a fair control issue on the part of our driver, or if it was a mechanical failure because one of the coil springs on the field, and if you lose that at a high rate of speed, the vehicle would become unstable. I don't know the order of events, whether that came off as it went across 256, and then when they came down, it was missing, causing it to become unstable. We didn't have a technical crash investigation done. The Highway Patrol did investigate it. I didn't feel like we should do that. Sheriff's Office did not want to investigate it. So they sent 2 troopers up on the sergeant and the trooper. They investigated it. But it's pretty focused on that. They changed their mind late. They almost always charge for they ultimately ended up person, driver course. And I'm also gonna have them go to another one that I'm gonna go to as well to get additional, level of certification at the State Highway Patrol. And it's called police refer to it as a PIT class, but it's called a pursuit intervention technique. And it's basically all the various ways of terminating a pursuit early, such as employing spike strips, which we do have. If you've watched any of the YouTube videos or cops or whatever, the bumper tap where you spin a car out, that is part of the training program. And then also embedded in that is, hey, these are things that you should be aware of as a police officer, terminate a pursuit or, get alternatives involved, such as get aerial support, which we can get. It's hard to mobilize it because it comes from the north end of Columbus. The State Patrol will send an aircraft over if you ask for it, no problem, but it's the time it takes to get here and get it in the area. And then they have a limited time that they can assist you due to Columbus Police will also send a helicopter too, but that's even less time. They can only come out and play for like 20 minutes and they gotta fly back as a fuel. So those are options that we don't normally use that we can. And then there's an online class that's free. Oh, by the way, the PIT class will be free. I'll call it remedial driver class will be, I think it's $275. And then the online courses, they'll have to do additional online courses that are offered through the state's website for the police to do. And that's more of the procedural, like, hey, when should you consider terminating a pursuit? What are good reasons to do it, not to do it, that sort of thing. And then, I'm adding on that, because I think this contributes a little bit. He's from Columbus, always lived in the city. This is the country, rural roads, chip and seal, all that stuff. You got the railroad tracks and, the S-curves and all that stuff, and those are hazards that most of us are probably intimately familiar with, but city guy, maybe not so much. So I'm also gonna have him go out and learn, like physically learn both the map, like to know where he is, but also know where the hazards are in a 5-mile radius of here and Bremen. I know we can build on that later. But I want all of this stuff will be done within the next 6 months. That's the plan anyways. He's also on no pursuit. He's banned from pursuing anybody for right now. Until we revisit after training, and if the mayor and I are satisfied, and maybe at that time we'll revisit it. Also, I don't know if I had mentioned in previous reports or not. I know I told the mayor about it. I did locate 4 police grade in-car cameras used other departments that are very good. They're an older model. They stopped updating them, I think, in 2020, but there's something wrong with them. I got a 4-pack of them for $155 plus shipping. It's really cheap enough to take a risk off of eBay. All the photos and everything look really good. I contacted the manufacturer, Digital Ally. They're willing to sell us their obsolete software, which isn't really required, but it's good to have, because what it will do is it puts a whole bunch of data into the video. So if you watch Cops or whatever, and it has like the strip of data across the top, like maybe GPS coordinates, date time, officer name, car number, department, and then might have other things you don't know what they mean. Those are all inputs into the system, so it can indicate on the video, is the lights on, is the siren on, was the brake activated, all that kind of input data would go into, without the software, it does not do that. It's just a regular, kind of like a camera video. And it also has like chain of custody stuff built into the metadata. I don't understand all that techie stuff, but basically you can prove at a court level that this is original video, not been edited, that kind of stuff. So in order to get that obsolete software from them, I think they want to charge us $650 one-time fee. It's a standalone computer level software, and then we have to take the SD cards out of the camera system, put it in the computer, and do that. So after I check all 4 of those cameras evidence, whatever you wanna say, for the cars, we currently do not have dash cams, a lot of police departments don't. It was a big thing back in, like, when I started, we had dash cams, it was VHS, but the dash cams were all the rage, well, then it kinda switched to body cams being all the rage, and then people went away from the dash cams, but you lose a lot by not having a dash cam, because you can activate this all you want to, and then you get a nice picture of your steering wheel and the computer and their dashboard, but you can't see over the dash what's going on and all that stuff, so there's no real way of knowing what the officer is seeing through the body cam. So these are good and definitely have their place, but I think have a good idea. So that's that whole thing. The ICE agreement you guys approved, that's been executed, they signed there and they sent it back. We're basically just in the training phase right now. We have to do 40 hours of online class to become educated in the area to their liking. Once that happens, we become, quote, operational in their system. And then once we start to actually assist them on things, then we become eligible for the funding that was passed with the big beautiful bill. And that, if I didn't detail that out, did talk to them a little bit more. So they will, I don't want to use the word grant because they don't use the word grant, but it's basically a one-time upfront introductory. You get $100,000 for equipment for helping them out. No strings attached and no receipts to turn in, and I think, and then from any compensated officer, so it can't be an auxiliary that gets no money, but they're part-time or full-time, and there's no, that I can see hour requirement or whatever, it's just they gotta be part-time or full-time. That's trained and participates in the program. ICE will reimburse the village again without any strings, $15,000 per officer. And they said you can have 1 to 1 million officers, that's their quote, that they told me on the phone. And it's a quarterly thing, and they said they have funding guaranteed through 2029. So that would equate to every officer that we get trained and participates in any way, it would be annually $60,000 that they pay the bill.
For each officer?
And like I said, they can't predict what will happen past 2029. There'll have to be future legislation to shore that up, but, in that time frame, they said there's no issue on that. Then they will go one step farther, and if we're doing anything actually with them, so let's say we're transporting someone to, the name of the county escaped me, but
Warren?
now it's down south beside Cincinnati, Butler County, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They are a big regional housing area, and that's where and Columbus is up in the air right now, whether they're gonna be able to continue to house people, but, so we may be tasked with, if we catch someone driving them down to Butler County or whatever, dropping them off, so it might be like a 4-hour deal. Anyway, the clock starts whenever we get involved with it, so if it's a traffic stop, whatever, that whole time they'll reimburse if we wanna turn it in, any incidentals, if it's gonna be taser cartridges, whatever, we just gotta basically itemize hours, whatever, send it in, and they'll pay that back too. So then, next item, Braden contract, seems to be going good. I've not really heard any complaints except for the people that wanna fight with us and go to jail, but, the village council down there seems to be happy. I've been going to their council meetings, I just went Monday, and have any complaints or questions really about anything, they seem to be happy, so that's good. Year to date, we're, through February, we're at 435 total calls, that's combined, that's Brigham and us. I have it broke down for you on that, but some of the extra stuff that's not on your list, I did go around, we had talked about this in previous years, I think, I don't know if it's last month or 2 months ago, but it reminded me about the basketball hoop problem on 2nd Street, 1st Street, where it's sticking out the road. So I went around and put warning hangers on the houses that have. I talked to some people through their ring door, I talked to some people in person, some people call on the phone, some people call the village office. But I wrote a note on the back, I'm like, listen, all I gotta do, push it out of the road, that's all we really care, just get the hoop and the stand and the whole thing out of the pavement, we don't care. about that at the current time, but it is an obstruction, it really is. Most of them have moved them, there's a couple stragglers that have not, so we'll see if we can talk to them again. King is currently on vacation in Florida, I guess that was us hiring him full-time, so he's not here until Saturday, not this Saturday, next week. We will be hiring for part-time. I thought I had a guy hired, or he's gonna come and do a ride around, and then all of a sudden he, got a letter or something from a fire school that he applied to and got accepted into that, so now he don't think he's gonna have the time trying to manage that and his full-time job at Perry County Sheriff's Office. So he said he wanted to revisit with us after he gets done fire school. I said, yeah, that's fine. So what we'll probably end up doing is put an ad up to cover the part-time hours. And then I did get, there's some interest, I don't know if any of you know or heard of Ryan Hall, y'all. He's a weather guy on YouTube. He's actually pretty aware. They are looking to put 100 cameras out throughout the country on towers, and they will provide whoever allows them to do that unlimited use of the camera for whatever they would need it for, whether it's just a live stream of the town, or you know, if it catches traffic and we need it, or the weather, whatever you want to do. I don't know if you guys are interested in doing that or not. Probably would be the Old Tower. It's got more, I think, more mounting capability. Internet, because they did inquire about that. We do not have internet at either one of them, as far as Tony told me. But the old tower, I could potentially, if you agree to put a camera up, I think it might be cool to have a Pleasantville live stream camera or whatever. And it might be useful to the police too, to see if it catches traffic on Main Street and Walnut Street. I think it would be pointing to the west for the weather. I could probably have some of my buildings in the tower. So if you want to allow that, I don't know if there's going to be some kind of agreement or contract or whatever. I don't really think they have much of anything. So if you guys have one you wanted to use, if you don't want to do it at all, I can tell them I'm not interested. But they're interested in it, and I don't mind them using the internet to accomplish that. So that's just something for you guys to consider. But weather's been kind of crazy this week throughout the country, so we've been having emails back and forth, and they're like, we'll try to get this Perry Council meeting. They're plenty of outbreaks and all that stuff. They're live streaming, so that's how they make it. So that's really all I have. If you have questions, I'll take them. And I think as far as the insurance claim, I think the mayor maybe is going to talk about that, but we haven't done anything with that. I think we're going to leave that to your guys' decision on what to do with that. Do you have any questions?
What,
Go ahead.
so, they thought what happened to this Explorer? What was the part that they
All
found
I
in
can
the
tell you,
field?
It's called a coil spring.
Coil spring.
Yeah. Subject above the field.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's in pretty good shape, but it clearly broke off the vehicle, and there's really no damage to the vehicle's exterior where it would be mounted. Like, it's not like that area is torn up or anything.
Well, they normally don't come out.
Yeah, I know. So I didn't know, like, AI Googling. Okay, we go over a crest of the
Catch air.
then the suspension is 17 has been sitting outside in the rust and whatever else, then what attaches to the top of the block, I guess it may not be meant to go that direction, and so they said it's possible to spring out of the car, and then, again, with its high plot, this is AI. It's kind of good, it's not very, probably means how much stable you can
Right. I was just curious, because sometimes you can also find where different manufacturers had defects that were reported to.
Yeah, and I don't know that I don't think we got maintenance records from Roundford. We asked for it. They may have them as far as like, it doesn't look like it's in that bad of shape. It looks like it's black, it's not rusted.
Yeah.
all the way out, but the top and bottom is probably where the problem was where it attaches.
Mm-hmm.
Cruiser carries could have over time
Yeah.
completely just, compressed or something, just by a fraction,
Yeah.
caused that separation too, maybe.
I did talk to King about it, and he said that when they came down, I looked at the area multiple times before. I kept it 256, but it really doesn't look like it's that big of a. I mean, there's a transition there. It's just not quite as dramatic as I thought it was when I came down Cattail Road. When I was looking at it through the field, it's like, I don't know if it's that bad, but he did say when he came down on the other side, he could not keep it on the road. He said he was trying to keep it on the road and he couldn't, forcing him off the road.
Yeah, I just was wondering, because I know we've had different things, our own personal cars, and then you literally research it and find that
There's a recall or something.
there's problems, so I'm just gonna be nosy.
Yeah, that's fine. And
Because there could have just, it might not even be anything to do with him, it could literally be, I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
Like, and then some of the companies don't recall them. My husband had an oil leak. Found out that in Canada they recalled it, but not in the US because it didn't get cold enough here, but it's still happening to cars here.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, like, you do come across things. I'm not saying that that's what it is, I'm just wondering.
I don't either. I don't, it seemed plausible that, I mean, the fact that it's out of the vehicle, okay, well, why did that happen? And
Yeah,
I don't know, I mean, it would,
Yeah, if a spring mount sheared off, it's like, well, clearly, oh, there's your source, but if that was
Yeah.
still intact,
yeah, I mean,
I agree.
I don't know. I mean, and we didn't think to have a technical crash, reconstruction done or whatever, and that would have been time consuming and a big deal. And it
Right.
I don't think it would have been worth doing anyway, but
yeah.
maybe if there was injuries or something like that, then they probably would have done that.
I got a go question, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm looking up recalls,
Huh?
and on the 2017 Ford Police Interceptor Utility, they have several major recalls, most notably for rear suspension toe link fractures.
There you go, that's what I was gonna look up.
Okay.
I'm telling you, there's always
Is the
something.
toe link part of the coil spring, or is it close to each other?
I
It's,
don't know, it is a rear coil spring, I don't know.
a toe link is the part that goes from the axle to the frame,
Uh-huh,
and then the coil spring sits between the axle and the frame here.
yeah, vroom vroom.
Yeah. It's all triangulation.
I'm just saying, there's a recall with toe link suspension part, so I'm just saying.
We're just saying,
I didn't even Google that.
we're just letting you know.
And
I don't know if it means anything, but hey.
just so you know, King did text me, because he knew Captain Knight, he was like, please tell them I'm very sorry.
We are sure, we're just,
I'm
We're
not
just-
saying we didn't have a conversation the day before all this happened, but I'm saying.
we're just glad he's okay. I mean,
That was
he's,
the guy who was here with you last month. Okay.
in all honesty, he's done a lot of good work, so, I mean,
The only thing I was gonna comment on is, before you go into any type of agreement with that video camera guy, it does need to be passed by an ordinance. We would have to have a contract or something to protect our property to allow that and stuff like that, so.
I'll talk to him and say, so what's the call, sir? Interested and go, and have them
Yeah.
draw something up and then.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well, we actually have a sample agreement, because remember that used to have the cellular or the internet towers on it. So we still have that as a sample. And then,
It's a possibility this camera's got a cell card in it.
yeah.
Might not even need
And
internet.
as we move forward, we may have an attorney that will be able to help guide us through that too.
Yeah,
We may.
Not only could it be for you, I mean, it might figure out weather before it gets here, or
You can
tell
live
us
stream
what
the
happened when the
live
weather
stream the
came
festival.
through, or,
Yeah, there you go,
Down
live stream the
festival.
festival. We don't want that.
yeah, we do.
All right. Any questions for Nick?
Nope.
All right.
Do we need to vote on the cameras now or
No, we don't have a contract.
Okay.
All right. Before we go to old business, John Brown here. We really haven't dove into any of this yet. So first thing I do want to bring up to council, on March 3rd, 2026, we did get a termination letter from our current solicitor, Bradley Nicodemus, giving us 30-day notice. In his notice, he said if we do have someone before the 30 days, he will terminate early once everything is fully transferred. If we don't receive counsel in 30 days, he's willing to extend his contract for 30 more days as well. So those are the two options that he provided in his resignation letter. So leading up to this moment, after Brad and I spoke, I did start calling around just to, figure out what we need to do, because we have to have a solicitor, we have to have a prosecutor. So I reached out to multiple people. A lot of people just aren't interested in representing small villages. I even reached out to other villages to find out who they're using, and a couple of villages like, well, we're looking for people too. We can't get rid of our solicitor because we can't find, our solicitor wants to retire, but we can't let him because we can't find someone. Found John, Village of Rushville uses him, and I'll introduce John and let him introduce himself a little bit further, and we can do any questions or whatever else we want to do.
Who wants to go first?
Hi, John. I'll ask experience, so,
How far back?
and I would say, at least in my interest, is like on the prosecutor side, like interest on
Okay.
background you have there.
When I came out of law school, I went to the highest Supreme Court, and was a law clerk in the Supreme Court. From there, I went to the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office, and tried everything from juvenile traffic cases to death penalty murder cases. Ended up my career at the prosecutor's office as before they started calling it the Special Victims Unit, I was the head of the Juvenile Special Victims Unit, which was just a horrible job. Very rewarding, but had a lot of stress to it. So then I went to, became a defense lawyer. I have seen both sides of criminal cases, state, federal, and local. Defended them. I have did that for about 10 years. In 2000, in 2002, I started working with the Village of Lithopolis as their solicitor and have been there ever since. I have also currently working for Rushville and for Frankfurt down in Ross County. A fair question to ask any, look, lawyers are like any other service provider. When you go into any service, you're allowed to ask, how long have you been doing this? What are your qualifications? Are you any good at it? If you hire a plumber, those are all questions you should ask. And frankly, each and every one of you is going to, at some time in your life, have a lawyer. And you should not be afraid to ask that lawyer the very first time you meet them, what are your qualifications? How long have you been doing this? Is this the kind of work you routinely do? Because otherwise, in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock, you go, is this person really any good at this? People, as consumers, you're afraid to ask. You never ask your doctor the same questions. It's like, well, where'd you go to medical school? Well, you have a right to ask that, and I encourage people to ask me when people come to me. So, I've been doing it a long time. I've been doing it nearly 25 years. People ask me to do it. I've been doing it for Lithopolis. I've seen them grow from residents to about 2,500 residents now. That brings me up to date. About 2 weeks ago, I got a phone call from the mayor, asked if I'd be interested. Yeah, I'd be interested. This is the kind of work I like. And one of the nice things that I've found about working for villages is everyone's kind of pulling in the same direction, Everyone's kind of working toward a common goal. And so much of the practice of law is basically combat and, fighting with somebody. It's nice to have a client where you're all kind of working toward a common goal. So I find that part rewarding. I have been the traffic prosecutor for Lithopolis for 20-some years. Like I said, I've done both sides of this. I also do criminal defense work from time to time.
One of my questions too is background, like in zoning, like if we have problems in zoning, like,
Sure.
have you worked on that where there might be issues that
Let me ask you this, have you been working with the county planning commission on their zoning plan?
I have?
It's comprehensive. It is because it's comprehensive, you know, a lot of what Holly has put into the zoning doesn't really apply to villages. You know, it applies more to the county or to the townships. But yeah, we're working through those same issues. You know, one of the first questions I shot to the mayor by email was, do you have a zoning code? So, yeah, I encourage communities to have zoning codes, to have building codes, and to adhere to them. People get worked up because, you know, they don't like when the zoning works against them. But if you don't have zoning, your community falls apart. You end up having basketball hoops in the alleys and stuff like that. So yeah, I try to stay up to date with that. I try to work closely with my communities and enforcing their zoning. The other thing that I preach is property maintenance plans as well. In Frankfurt, in Ross County, we've started taking property owners to court to get the judges to force them to clean up the property.
And I shared with you, we currently use IPMC 2012. That's the last update that we did, but for what we've used so far, it still fits what we need. I know some of the newer updates have probably more teeth to it, but for what we use it for, it's worked.
Right.
But we've also talked about, okay, let's start looking at, but again, for us to read it and say, yes, that's where to go, you know, we're not zoning people. It may
Right.
sound good, but when you go to apply the law, it's like, well, you should have waited, or you should have done this version versus that version.
Right.
So,
You know, and again, that's one of the things that I mentioned to the mayor about is there are innumerable ways for communities, its officers, its officials, its employees to get in trouble, to fall into these statutory traps. And, you know, if you're not up to date on it, you go to a particular zoning code and somebody cuts you out of the knees because you didn't, touch base with that particular issue, and you're either done or you start over, and it's wasted a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of people are really angry about the whole thing. So, kind of want to try and do that first. So,
any other questions for John?
all of you should have questions.
You answered my question, so I don't need to ask.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, we have a police department, we have zoning, we run our own water plant, we're part of a sewer district, so we don't have to worry about. Overall, I think for the most part, we're a very conservative community.
Right.
And people tend to want us to govern that way.
Right.
For the most part. Now, when I say that, we're not going to the far right of anything, but, you know, that's typically where we're going to be at. Are we going to get representation that matches what the village residents expect, anticipate, things like that? Because again, if we come in here, and I use the words conservative or liberal, because that's the easiest way to just define two different people. If we get someone in here that's very liberal and things like that, overall, I'm gonna have a problem, because I'm gonna have people coming to me like, oh, they're too liberal, this thing didn't carry the way, you know, we felt. So is that something that you feel comfortable doing?
Is to serve my client.
Okay.
And, you know, if this community is my client, I'm going to try and meet their needs.
Okay.
You know, and make sure that, that first and foremost, that it's council collectively, that you have, that a base, your ordinances are in place that, you know, the state is going to ask you to do, you know. And some of it's going to be real simple, you know, it's, do you have a written credit card policy? Do you have your training in place? Because in my experience over the past year, the state auditor has become much more strict about enforcing what once seemed inconsequential to them, but now they're doing these audits and they're saying, well, you don't have this ordinance in place, or you don't have this ordinance in place. Show me the ordinance that supports this concept. And if you don't have it in place, they're going to make a finding against the community. And those things can build up. More to your point, am I going to be a liberal or a?
Yeah, and I don't wanna put it in that terms, but I mean, yeah.
I understand. Or is my approach to serving this community and managing these communities?
Mhm.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
And, I mean, so I've been doing this since I was 18 years old this year. So in that span of time, I've served on council, as president of council, now as mayor, park board, many different boards. I can count on my hands how many times an attorney has been at one of our council meetings.
Yeah, let me speak to that for
Okay.
just 1 second. When the mayor called me about this, he mentioned that, your lawyer shows up when he's called to be here, or when things have gone bad. And it's always been if I'm going to be doing my job, I need to be showing up at your council meetings every month, so that I can kind of have my finger on the pulse of what's going on and finding out what's important to you, what the important issues are, helping you understand why the law says you have to do it. And, there used to be a radio commercial about, it's like, you can fix your now, you can pay me now, or you can pay me later. But boy, it's just a lot easier to keep you out of trouble than it gets you out of trouble. Because getting you out of trouble means saving, You have the law down on you, you've got the state auditors who are down on you, contractors, and all you can do is somebody saying, have we gone through all the hoops? Is the ordinance written the right way? And I think one of my jobs is to not only show up and be here as often as I reasonably can, but is to help you write contracts, write ordinances, write resolutions, so that we're filling it all.
And I hate using the word on our own. If we would send this to Brad and say, hey, do this,
Yep.
it would get done.
Yep.
But even before Brad, it was basically you write it up and you pass it, it's law, was what we were always told. Not what Brad told us, but what prior attorneys had told us. And as we've talked about, things are stickier now.
Yes.
So, yes, we've been writing our own ordinances, we love them, we've not got a problem with them, but who knows 10 years down the road about tomorrow.
Right.
So to have someone I'm just gonna say, hold our hand through this, and it'd make me feel better.
Well, yeah, I'm not here to step on the toes of whoever's drafting your ordinances, but at the same time, if that person were to say to me, hey, would you help me write this?
Yeah.
Happy to write it.
Yeah.
And frankly, what I would say is, I'll write it, I'm gonna give it back to you and ask you to proofread it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
or if that person says, hey, proofread this for me,
Mhm.
it's always nice to have two sets of eyes looking at
It is. And I think what we're gonna find through our next journey with whoever our attorney is we're gonna find we have a lot of great patchwork, but we don't have everything quoted together. I think that's what we're gonna be missing. It's not, to my knowledge, we don't have anything that's like damning, but A, B, and C,
Right.
but you didn't go to the next step, or you done A and C and you forgot B. That's little issues, and it'd be nice to have someone to be like, okay, good start, you stopped too early, or,
Communities used to be able to get along with handshake deals.
Yep.
And frankly, it worked. There's a day, things have evolved to the point now where there are people who are using algorithms to check your emails, or to check your emails for one thing, but to make sure that your public meetings have been properly posted. And they are going out and suing communities because they're having communities not properly posted. And you can do that now on your computer. They sue you, and ordinances is the maximum fine for the village is $500, which, you could go more, you don't want to, but you could. But it also carries the risk of paying this person who's sitting in a computer somewhere, their attorney's fees. That's kind of what, handshake deals used to work, they don't work anymore.
Yeah. We have a couple auditors, self-proclaimed auditors in Fairfield County, who've reached out to us a couple times. Luckily, we comply. I mean, it's easy to do is comply, because it's all public record anyway. And we've even gotten feedback from them, like, we wish every community was like that, this versus fighting us. It's like, well, it's easier to give you what you legally can have versus try to fight you, because it's nothing secret.
Right.
So,
Yeah, nothing here should be secret.
yeah, exactly. So, anyone else have any questions, comments? Okay.
Very informative.
I'm sorry?
Just saying, he's been very informative. So.
Yeah. So finances, let's talk about that, because it's going to be it should be a big part of our conversation with this. So I'm going to go back in history. So, when I first started, we had an attorney, we just paid $200 a month for retainer, and we got $200 worth of work out of it. His practice is awesome, but this wasn't his niche. We placed him with Brad. Brad's a great, awesome guy, things like that. He charged us by the hour, $100 an hour as needed, and so we spent between $8,000 to $10,000 a year with him, and that included bringing in mayor's court. With John, his contract, which everyone should have a copy of it, is for $36,000.
$39,000 for 13 months.
$1,000 for 13 months. $3,000 a month. So it's a lot more than what are accustomed to paying. Now, things that we've always agreed on is people are worth what they're worth, right? We don't pay minimum wage to our employees because they're worth more than that. With John, based on conversations, talking to other villages he represents, like 24/7, we got his number. Hopefully we don't call him 24/7, but I mean, it's that type. He's gonna be at our ordinances, our zoning, he's gonna be helping out with that. There's gonna be a lot more pieces and parts that we're paying for up front that is gonna make us a better community, and it's gonna keep improving us. So, my goal is to do better than the last mayor. Jack did an awesome job, I hope to do better than him. I hope the person after me does a better job than me. And I think this will get us in that right step and move us forward to make sure that we are doing the best we can to protect the village as a whole.
So question. So not that I don't think you would do a great job, but if we would foresee that it wasn't working, is there reasons or clauses that we could?
Yes, so it's a one-year contract up front. Now, just to put this out here at first, so if the contract is cut short by us or him, we still owe the full amount. The contract is for $39,000 for the year. And then under Section 7 and Section 8 is the termination clauses for both the village. Basically, misconduct or good cause would be our reason. And just, shorten it, you can change the wording, but basically if he comes up and say, you can't do this, and we do it, he has a right to protect himself and walk out the door, because, why deal with a bunch of people that don't want to take their legal advice that they're paying for?
To your point, I'm gonna give you my best advice. Whether you choose to do that or not is up to you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna walk out simply because you don't take my advice.
Yeah. If we become like a hostile.
I'm willing to put my legal opinions in writing for you. I'm willing to tell you what the basis for this is, and I'm willing to tell you what the risk is. Part of my job is to, one of the real risks for not following legal advice is that there is a possibility that, notwithstanding the fact that you all have insurance, you will all be held personally responsible for ordinances and contracts that are not properly. It's like, wow, what? Hey, back it up. You don't follow possible for you to be not covered by insurance out of your own pocket. I've seen it happen. So, because of that risk, I answer phone calls, emails, I respond to emails, and text messages nearly instantly. If you leave me a message or a phone call, I'm going to recall, I'm going to respond certainly within 24 hours. And if you send me a text, that's realistically, that's how I most often respond. And that would be for any of the council members, chief of police, his officers, your village administrator. If you have a legal question, I'm here to help, see if I can help you through.
So, a
I
couple
think
things.
it's better than what we had.
Yeah, so a couple things, and luckily, like, I'm gonna say we do a good job. I'm not gonna say we do the best job, because again, everyone makes mistakes, and we only know what we know, right? We talked about sunshine law, last month, because we have new members. To take that, was one of John's first questions, was did everyone take it? Everyone's taking it but our new ones, and we'll be doing the online training. Then he comes back, and he's like, well, have you guys done all of your cybersecurity and cyber attack classes, because they are due by June 1st, right?
Yep.
And it's like, we have stuff in place, but this is the first time I ever heard that it's now a state requirement, everything has to be done by June 1st. We are working on that, we got a class set up, March 20th, I believe it is. So like, but again, without even being our attorney, he's like, here's the things just right off, like, do you even know about this? And that means a lot,
I think we were getting pretty baseline service as it was, so.
Can I call you Michelle?
Yes, you can.
Okay, Michelle, the thing is that, first of all, if your lawyer's not showing up, he doesn't know what you know or don't know, all right? You don't know you're in trouble until it's too late, and you pick up the phone, and the first thought in your mind is, he's charging me by the hour. And that dissuades, that everyone backs off, because, I don't want to start the clock, because I don't know where it stops. And that's why I really like flat fee billing for a community. I want to encourage people to pick up the phone and call me, and let's see if we can stay ahead of the bad stuff.
I would have to say that when you think about it, $20 an hour before, that's only 30 hours. It comes up to 3,000. Am I right?
Yeah.
$30,000. Sorry, all of a sudden I was like, oh no, I'm not mathing. That's only 30 hours. If we have a problem, 30 hours goes real fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, if we're thinking about it.
Well, also, if you have questions
Mhm.
and you need extra time, you'll feel like you can ask the questions,
Yep.
where
Yeah.
I honestly feel like maybe we weren't, because of cost,
Mhm.
instead we were not maybe like always getting all the, so I actually think it sounds good to me, but that's
Okay.
everybody else
Go
too.
through a couple.
Just the idea of having someone that we can call and all the time.
We can actually start moving things forward.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like that'll help.
That we've been just sort of doing our best at. I mean, we're all very smart people here
Right.
that have education, so, I mean, we're not, we're smart, but that doesn't make us smart in ordinance.
I don't know.
I mean, cause we've got all kinds of things, zoning things,
Yeah.
lots of things.
One of the most interesting things that I've found working for communities is you can't just know how to build widgets. You have to know contracting, you have to know enforcement, you have to know how to build them. And I don't know all, but I've seen enough of it to know, I know who to call. And, to Corey's point, if you get sued, that's going to be on a heartbeat, even if you have insurance.
All right, so just to touch on the contract, going down through it, this contract would commence today for $39,000 in 13 monthly installments of $3,000 a month, on or before the 30th of each month, first payment being due at the end of this month. We also agree to participate in OPERS for John, which would be an additional cost to us for that. He would be a W-2 employee. Anything outside of the contract, he would become a contractor at $150 an hour, and he'd be 1099 for that. That's section 4, extraordinary legal services. Hopefully, we never have anything like that, but you never know what's gonna
What
come up.
falls under that?
It happens, but where,
But
you know,
what falls under extraordinary?
if I have to
Like, what
give-
have you seen fall?
Right. Somebody sued the community of Rushville in small claims court. Had to go to small claims court. Getting injunctions to tell people to clean up their property in common police court, and I billed them $1,000. Trust me, I blew through 10 hours on that very, very quickly, but I didn't bill them the $3,500 it cost.
So basically, if our zoning stuff goes through the mayor's court, it falls under
Well,
this?
it will- If you have zoning issues, it's kind of step by step progression. If you have zoning issues, first it's gonna go to the Board of Zoning Appeals, which is you.
Yeah,
Then it's gonna go to council, which is you.
yeah.
And then there's the potential that it could end in court. But, I've never been to court on a zoning issue.
Okay, and if we have questions though about zoning issues, we can ask those and that falls under the regular.
To me, going to court where we've decided to sue somebody,
Okay.
if we get turned into the Ohio Civil Rights Commission or the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission or somebody like that, something that's really way beyond, I haven't seen that happen. I don't know, I have, in 22 years over 3 communities, I've probably gone on an hourly basis 3 times.
Any
And
questions?
you tell,
Probably what I tell you happens, you will tell me. The exception to that would be, there are some circumstances where the state legislature has said that I have to go to court to let you say. But, it's your fault to fund me or not fund me, or, that's up to council.
Be individual contracts essentially
Yeah.
outside of this one.
Do we have the funding in place for this amount already?
So our current budget doesn't have this funding in it, but we can pull money out of what I always call our reserves type thing, and then add it into there, so yes.
There's enough
Yes,
collectively
there's enough
then,
to
okay.
cover that. And then, once we figure some stuff out, some of this cost will also be shared with, out of Mayor's Court, which has its own purse per se, to help pay for legal fees.
Because I would be offering advice on a wide variety of issues, you're welcome to pick at least a percentage of my funding through water and sewer, or
Yep. Yeah, typically what we've done, especially since I've taken over from, we've taken all those little hits off of all these little random, because everyone likes to hit the parks and that, and then you don't have money for lifeguards. Something you need, and you're just trying to split up the cost for no reason. So a lot of times we just hit general fund unless it hits, like, Sam works for both and water billing. So she split up 3 different ways, because that makes sense.
Exactly.
But the little tiny stuff, we don't sweat that, I guess, to break it out as much. Because then you don't have funding for what you actually need to do the work, type thing. All right, so any questions?
I have one.
Okay.
Would you be attending mayor's court like regularly or
Yeah.
just,
I would be the prosecutor in Mayor's Court.
okay.
And you'd be here, not by phone?
I don't understand it by phone thing.
Okay.
Has that been the
So
case?
our current situation that we had with our solicitor is we would submit the cases to him, and then he would do the plea deals in writing for us to convey to the defendant.
I've met Sam 30 minutes ago, haven't shaken her hand yet, communicated a couple times. I don't know how she runs her court, but a couple things. First and foremost, in my experience, it's the clerk who is the king in the court, in the courtroom on Mayor's Court. And I'm not going to upset her apple cart. but I am going to be here. I am planning on being here twice a month to run Mayor's Court, not phoning it in.
Which will be helpful because, one other thing is I am stepping back from being the magistrate. Kylie, who is a magistrate for us that we've hired, she will be coming on full-time to be doing those, and I'll be backing off. I'm gonna keep up my training, just in case some weird crappy stuff happens. John's gonna tell me
Mayor?
not to ever sit behind this desk,
Don't ever
Yeah.
sit behind that desk.
but,
Move on.
yeah.
You've got better things to do.
So that's where we're at with that. So I think we have a good team in place. And,
So she would then hear everything?
Yep.
Okay.
yep, and she's the one that I went and watched, and I hate to use the word training, because there's no training per se, it's just I watched her, so her and I have her same way of doing it. So it's not gonna be a shock to Sam or the system, I guess, per se. It'll be an easy transition. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. All right. So in front of you all, we have the ordinance to employ John and accept this contract
I make
and
a motion.
to pass it as an emergency.
It's incorrect.
Oh,
It
it's
has the
incorrect.
wrong monies on it.
No, it's 39,000.
It says 30,000 a year.
You have the old one.
Okay. That's a possibility, but that's what I
Was
got.
that,
Mine
that
says
was not in your
39.
packet, was that in your pile?
I don't know.
If you look in your packet, the packet I gave.
It's the really long
everybody,
one.
The original,
Look at this one.
yeah,
Is the one that you all have, say 39?
yeah.
Okay, cause that's the one I did today.
Just like, I'm sorry.
Girlfriend?
No, no, it's better to catch it than not.
Huh?
It's better to catch it than not. The one we will be
You
signing
must have
says
pulled yours out of
39,000.
your pile that
Where's your packet?
We like check and recheck and check and
I mean, but he has my
So,
packet,
This is an
Oh, I
emergency,
still have your
so
packet.
because we're signing off on
we
it.
won't.
Oh,
But
I give him my original to
Typically
sign
when
off
we do
on.
it, we
So
can
this
make
must
that.
have been, I'm just double checking.
it's your
Sorry.
packet, here. You wanna look through mine?
It's the long one.
Oh, I have the long one.
And the long one.
So this is there wasn't a.
No, I'm saying in your packet.
Listen, when we get
That she just handed you.
emails, we both
just
print them
mine,
and then
sorry.
we go
Okay, but
through,
what the
make sure
mayor
we all
has
have
that we're
all
gonna
the
pass
pieces
around
covered.
says 39,000.
So we'll move
I
on.
give him, I give him.
Okay,
my
we'll move on.
full-
We'll move
We'll
on.
move on.
So,
Sorry.
no, that's fine. No, because it's a good catch in case something,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly, it's a good catch.
So there's nothing wrong with that. So for $39,000, $3,000 a month, Penny will have to give you all the employment stuff. She'll get that for you. I did hear a motion
I made a motion to pass
by
that.
Michelle, seconded by Corey. Any discussion?
Yes. We're gonna start now, Mayor.
Okay,
It's an emergency ordinance. An emergency ordinance requires that this ordinance be read by title, so you have to read it word for word for the title.
okay.
You have to ask for a motion to suspend the rules
Mhm.
and declare an emergency.
Okay, and we'll have a
Get a
vote on
second
that.
on that. And if that passes by a 3/4 vote, then we'll have a vote on a second motion
Mhm.
to enact the ordinance.
Okay,
They're already making
Okay,
improvements.
wait, tell me those steps one more time, I'm sorry.
Step number one,
To read the title,
the mayor's going to read the
Right.
ordinance
yep.
word for word.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to say, because it's an emergency, I'm going to ask for a motion to suspend the rules. Typically, the rules require 3 readings. Suspend the rules and declare an emergency.
Okay.
so it'd be like when we do our budget, how we do that.
No, it's not.
It's not, okay, see, we all have good stuff to learn.
Because the budget doesn't require an emergency.
Oh.
It goes into effect immediately,
Ah.
but it's not an
So we've been
emergency.
doing that wrong too. And see, that's what I'm gonna love about this.
Man, we've already
See,
been
all
educated.
these years, you guys are looking at me thinking you guys know.
Two
2 motions.
motions.
Yep.
A motion to
A
declare
motion to
emergency,
declare it.
suspend the rules.
Okay.
All right, so
Yep.
let's start there.
Okay, not a problem.
Then
All right.
Okay, this is a lot of typing for Sam, so we're gonna have to go baby steps for me, okay? Like a lot of copying and pasting if I have to do two.
Okay,
Can you, okay,
Go slow, she's saying go
please?
slow.
I'll go slower than
Okay.
normal. I'm not promising
She'll
slow.
give you the look.
That's fine, I get it all the time.
I
All
get
right.
that all the time.
An ordinance employing John M. Browning, attorney at law, as village solicitor and declaring an emergency. So the first vote is to ask to suspend the rules and declare an emergency.
Right.
I'll make a motion.
All right?
I'll second it.
Michelle made the motion, Courtney or Katie Second? Discussion?
I'm afraid to make a mistake.
We're fine. Discussion? If not, roll call?
Katie was second?
Yes.
Thank you. President Demol?
Yes.
Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Bingborn?
Yes.
Councilman Harrier?
Yes.
Councilman Van Dyke?
Yes.
Councilman Snyder?
Yes.
All right. Now, to pass.
And now is there a motion to pass the ordinance employing John M. Brown?
There's a, I make a motion to pass the ordinance to, and I'm not gonna say that right, Ember?
Browning.
Oh, Browning?
All right.
I'll-
Michelle?
That M is just a middle initial.
Okay, okay.
And I'll second the ordinance to employ John M. Browning.
All right. Michelle made the ordinance, made the motion for ordinance 03-12-2601, second by Corey. Discussion? Roll call?
President Demol?
Yes.
Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Bingborn?
Yes.
Councilman Harrier?
Yes.
Councilman Van Dyke?
Yes.
Councilman Snyder?
I like this already.
I can see that on your face.
The mayor
You're like,
and I
"Ooh."
already set up an appointment
Yeah.
on Tuesday to get together and talk. I look forward to working with all of you.
Okay. We appreciate it. We hope this is a long journey together. All right, so we'll kind of get back into old business. This was part of new business, but we'll go ahead and move back to old business. Property taxes. So again, we've talked about this. John, this is my favorite thing about council meetings, is standing up and going to my board.
It is.
So we track our grants, like what we've done, what we want to do, kind of where we're at, and we've added to it property taxes, because we have our two levies up this year, one for the 2 mil general fund and one for the 2 mil recs and parks. Our police operating, one that was passed back in the 80s, and of course your inside village, all that. So we need to do something, and we need to do something relatively fast, because, you know, we want to get this on the November 11th. So I did reach out to the auditor's office to find out what a new mill would produce in Pleasantville. And as for 2026 data, one mill would bring in $19,576.15. They're getting me some updated information on median home value. We're still using 2023 data on that. They were hoping to have that to me by today, but didn't get it to me. What is the general feeling? Like, we talked about keeping the property taxes, but again, we have to go to new, because this isn't making it no more. That this, we don't have, we can't continue.
So how do we go to new on property tax?
So new, we would go ahead and put it on the levy as new, because as the new legislation is, we got rid of the replace, so now we have renew or renew. Renew means it stays the same. It's at the levels of what was originally passed, and that's what these numbers reflect. Replace used to be like the way to go. If you had it, you would replace it, but you'd replace it either with higher millage or up to the current property values. So they've got rid of that, so now it's renew or new. So our option is keep the same or go up to this. And again, it's not go up to this, but reduce this down to keep the end result the same. Like, we need to figure out how much money, you know, if we keep it 2 mils at this level, we're gonna be fine for a couple of years. But then what do we do after that? You know, and these, in the past, these are, I believe, are 6-year levies. I'm talking about dropping, letting them expire, and then looking at our income tax. And based on our base of residents, since most of our homeowners, property owners, are fixed on income elderly, they most likely are going to not vote for these. And then, of course, we have all the special interest groups out there that are trying to abolish taxes. That's going to persuade some people. You know, we may have a better chance of passing some type of an additional income tax, whether it be 0.5%, 3/4%, 1%. 0.5% would bring in about $80,000, which would get us, you know, at a good level for a longer period of time. So, I mean, are there thoughts on what we think might be?
My thoughts are is we have a lot of rentals in the village, and I don't know that we get a lot of income tax from that. But if we would take it off of property tax, then the people that own those homes are not paying their fair share for the rentals that are probably half or more in the village, because they don't live here and pay. So I understand the whole, like, the senior thing, But I also feel like the income tax then puts it solely on the higher earners in the village, not across the board to everybody that lives here. That's my concern.
And to that point on the income tax, we're only picking them up when they sign up for water. If the rentals aren't changing over who the water services name is in,
Yep.
if just a landlord paying it, we don't know when residents come in and go out.
No.
So we don't have any way to pick them up to add them to the RETA tax.
So RETA bumps up against federal. So they file federal for Pleasantville, RETA picks them up. We don't divulge
So they might live here for a whole year before we pick them up the next tax season.
whatever they file their federal for when they lived in Pleasantville.
Or live 2 months and leave.
Hmm?
Or live 2 months and leave and never file federal tax.
Yeah, I mean. yeah,
There's a lot of turnover.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
turnover.
So-
I'm sorry, does Rita collect, hit the property owners, the landlord?
So
Yeah.
RETA's the income tax, so landlords, if they don't live in town, they're not paying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
no.
talking about they're making the money in the
Yes,
town.
they do, they do.
Yeah, but
pay
we
on-
can't, don't seem to be able to track what they make, to be
we can't
sure
track
that,
what they make, we just know what they,
well, I'm just saying there's no, knowing that they're reporting what they make, especially if their tenants are asked to pay cash. I'm just gonna be bold.
Which
so.
happens.
yes. We, like every.
We have some
a-
special people in town.
We have special, we have people that don't do things
Right.
on the up and up, so. Serious conversation, which way do you think we wanna move? Income tax?
I don't think, asking for a new mill levy pass is probably gonna fly. People are stressed down because of the economy, they're not gonna pass a new levy. Renewals seem to pass a lot easier than a new one does.
But if we do a renewal, these numbers
Stay the same,
stay the same and it won't cut it.
yeah.
Like,
What's-
that puts us in the deficit.
What's the process for increasing the income tax?
It is.
We just say so and it happens?
Well,
or-
no, it has to go on the ballot,
Does
because
it
we
have to be
have
voted?
1%, we have to do an ordinance, put it on the ballot with the proper language, and then it goes to the voters to approve.
So if we go to the ballot for an income tax and let the millage for the property tax expire and it gets voted down, then we're just completely out.
Well, and if we put, and it holds true on both sides, so if
Right.
we put this up, it fails, we're without nothing.
Did the
Now,
income tax have an expiration date?
With income tax, it's not, you can't do income tax permit anymore, it still has to be,
For the 1%?
for over 1%.
Yeah, it has to be renewed.
Yeah, it has to be.
So we get to 1% stays.
1% always stays.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yes,
'cause
that
that's
doesn't get
Rita.
touched, we would add 2, and then that has a life.
all right. But if we go after that this year and let the property tax millage drop,
Yeah.
we could
So-
be,
So if we.
double whammy.
Hypothetically, let's say we're gonna let this drop into the property tax, we put the property tax on there, and then we put on the ballot, it starts January 1,
Right.
Let's say we ditch the income tax, we stick to this. Remember, they collect a year behind, so let's say it doesn't pass in November, we still have March, and then they can still collect for the 2026 year and 2027, so we wouldn't be missing money.
So we got time to recover and come
Yeah,
back.
regroup a little bit, to find out, what we can or can't do. So, I mean, it could be as simple as we try this as a new and figure out, do we need to keep these 2 or do we need to bump them up a little bit more? If that fails, and then revisit the income tax.
So the replace is not an option anymore.
Replace is no longer an option.
So even at the same millage as a new, then that's the only way to increase the value
Yes.
based on the current.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the increases that just went in that everybody's upset about,
Yes, and
How-
that's how we get this number now, with the new valuations.
And that's for each mill is
That's for each
19.5.
mill for Pleasantville.
and I will say I've been hearing that they're going to look to do some differences from that, so in a couple months, that could all change.
Yes. Yes, there's still legislation being pushed through that.
Well, I'm even talking about it at the auditors. I've heard that, not even outside people trying to get rid of it,
Yeah,
I've heard that they're reevaluating or
yeah.
looking at.
Yeah, our second year of taxes may be reduced because of these new laws that will be coming into play. Yeah. So, again, general thought of which direction to go, because we need to pull the trigger on something so we can start moving forward, so that way we're not scrambling at the last minute.
I would vote just to renew, keep it the same.
Okay, so, just go in the deficit,
I know.
means we have no money. Means we lay off, means this now doesn't cover our pool. This doesn't even cover our payroll now. So if this doesn't go up, we don't have a pool. Like, it's just, it is done. And I hate using the pool as a reference because it's like a threat, and that's not what it's meant to be, but it's just like, that's the reality of it.
But you're saying we do a new 1 mil,
If we do.
try a new 1 mil, if it fails, then we can
Then we-
bounce back and,
And we address it and maybe to go out of
Well-
through income tax.
If we put it back on as a new 2 mil, it'll be at this level.
right.
That'll be double that, though.
It'll be
Yeah,
double that.
right.
It'll be 40,000, then, like, and I'm just using this for an example, that will give us money to run our pool plus some. So it gives us buffer for years.
Right.
Now, general fund's a little bit different, because general fund is, we don't know what's coming out of general fund from year to year. I mean, we have our baseline, the grants, things like that, emergencies that come up. But that will definitely put us in a better spot, by having that extra 20,000. And again, this will never change. This will change depending on valuations and all that, your inside knowledge.
So I'd be inclined to go after the new, get the numbers up to where they are based on current values. But is there a way we can kind of get the word out to the public that it's not technically, it's technically a new,
Yeah.
but in reality, it's the old replace?
Yeah.
Like try to,
And with all this, it always comes with education.
Right.
I hate putting something out there just saying, hey, surprise, we got something on the ballot.
yeah, right,
So things that we've always done, like we've done in
put in
income
the
tax.
newsletter,
Newsletter, we also have
website.
public input. Now, again, we probably already have our decision made when we get the public input, but have those meetings, have people come in, because it may persuade us, or we can also take that as an education.
we can
opportunity.
educate them and maybe they go and tell their neighbors
Yes.
and.
So, I'm a proponent on doing all that stuff versus, hey, I showed up at the ballot box and all of a sudden you guys have something on here I didn't know nothing about, and I don't know how to vote on it, so I'm gonna vote no.
Right. So
Okay.
my point is we should probably go after the new and try to educate them.
Okay.
That it's not, it's the old replace with the
Okay.
new.
So income tax, let's not talk about that then, I think that's what I'm hearing, general consensus.
Yeah, because we can, like, in my brain, because we have a buffer here, if we
Yeah.
do fail, then we can reevaluate next
Okay,
year.
And that's fine. I just need a way forward. So this, I think we can keep it at 2 mil, new. This one I'm gonna double look at, it may need to go up to like 2.5 or something like that, not by much. But we'll see how, figure out what, because again, this is for a 6-year term. So I wanna make sure that that money will hopefully get us through the 6 years and keep us, at our funding levels that we need. Again, government never has enough money to do everything what everyone wants us to do. It's do it the best that we can with what we have. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll start working on that. I'll get more information from the auditors. John will be talking to you then, once we get, figured out what we need to do in the proper process and all that. Again, we'll go on the November ballot, so we got plenty of time. That's why I want to have that discussion now of getting.
And if we see that it fails in November, can we come back in primaries the next year?
Yeah.
And put something up too?
Yeah.
Give us maybe 2 shots to get something done
Yeah.
the following year.
Yeah, you're never out of time. I mean, just like school districts that fail. You just keep trying different ways until you find something that the public will accept. And unfortunately, sometimes it's because they went without something they enjoy, now they're for it. And I hate saying that because that's not the way we should be doing things.
In
but
reality,
sometimes
that's
that's a reality.
how you get through to people
Yeah.
sometimes.
So,
Do you know when those expire, like when the money stops going in?
the property is ended 2026, so the collection will be in 2027.
So we still get paid out all of 27. Like, what-
26 collected will get paid in 27.
Yes.
yeah.
That's
Well,
what-
yeah, they're taxes.
Yeah.
In 27, you're paying 26.
yeah,
It's- yeah.
The levies expire in 2026, so we have to have something on the ballot to replace it for 2027, continuing the cycle.
Before we get to 2028, we got no money.
Then we get 2028, we got no money. Well, we don't have this money.
Right. Doesn't keep running.
Yeah, we'll have this, and then the inside knowledge will build the state side. We'll always have that. And what I always tell people, because they're like, well, why can't you get rid of that? We can. But guess what? The school, like, the county, you're gonna pay that 10 mil no matter what.
Which is all part of it.
Yeah, this is just how they divvied it up back in the day when they did this. If we give it to someone else, it's there currently for someone to take. One way or the other, so we're not keeping it. Alright. That gives us marching orders.
And if anyone else has any input, I mean, I'm not trying to monopolize the
Yeah.
conversation, I'm just
Courtney,
giving you my
haven't said a
opinion.
word, so.
Processing.
Oh.
It's a lot.
It is. It is a lot.
All right. So, we'll move on to new business, right?
Did you finish your old?
No, I didn't. The Pleasantville MOU agreement with the ICE program, you guys voted on to approve that through a phone vote at the last council meeting, because there was still some missing information, and that was passed. And then, of course, the repairs for 101, or 100 North Main Street for $10,600, and that's being done now. Any other old business? We've already done ordinance 3/12/2601.
Mayor, can I go back?
Yes, sir.
Repairs to 100 North Main Street, brought to council by a phone or text. Tell me about that procedure.
So, I guess just to generalize it, sometimes we have like, hey, this is coming next week after our council meeting,
Yeah.
and we discuss it.
Right.
But we don't meet for another month, and it's like one of those things, like, we gotta get this moving, or have a special meeting.
Right.
And then council says, well, let's get that information, we have everything we need, other than X, and we agree to doing a phone vote,
Okay.
text, email, something like that, and then that all goes through Sam, and she manages that and records those.
So this thing for the, I'm less concerned about the memorandum of understanding with ICE because it's not an expenditure of money. I'm more concerned about expending money by voice vote.
Okay,
So are we in a position where we can have a new vote on this motion?
yes, sir?
In person,
Mhm.
right here and now? Can
Yep.
we do that?
Yes, not a problem. So, and then also some, like, we're learning together here. Sometimes other things we do is like things come up here and it's a contract, let's call it that, and we don't have an ordinance for it. So we'll go ahead and pass it here, and then the next meeting, we'll bring in the actual ordinance to pass the contract, and then we'll record it as the ordinance.
So
Are you-
sorry.
Is that palpable?
No,
No, okay,
it's something that we can talk about
Okay.
on Tuesday.
okay,
You know, during COVID, we were allowed to do that.
Mhm.
We were allowed to have Zoom meetings or
Yep.
telephone meetings. The state legislature took all that power away,
Okay.
that authority away. So it's gonna have to be in-person vote.
okay. All right,
So, and that's why, you know, particularly for this expenditure of
okay,
10 grand.
okay, nope, not a problem.
So there is, just so you know, if there is, like this, the paperwork was emailed out,
Yeah,
and I have all those emails and or texts, like I print those, all of those are,
right.
if ever we need those too. I mean, just because it's in writing, so you know that.
Okay. All right, do I hear a motion to approve the expenditure for Perry Mason for $10,600 for the repairs to 100 North Main Street?
I'll make a motion.
Michelle made the motion,
I'll second.
seconded by Courtney. Discussion? Roll call?
And so, was there an ordinance that went along with this 10 grand?
Not on this one, no.
Okay. All right.
Should there be?
It depends on the nature of the ordinance. This is for a repair, so it's not going to take longer than a year to complete. You know, candidly, the village administrator might have had authority to do this on his own.
Mhm.
You know, but again, I don't know what your ordinance says regarding your village administrator, but under the revised code, the village administrator has, you know.
So we do not have currently a village administrator.
Okay. All right. So in that effect, in that event, then, yeah, you are required to have a contract.
So we'll treat it like everything else in this packet for tonight.
I think we're good. but
Okay.
Without knowing more of it, would like to see a voice vote on it
Okay.
at least.
Yeah, we have a resolution that includes that 10-6 coming up. Resolution 01.
Yeah, there's a
For- to
resolution when I
push the
changed
money
the
around.
appropriations.
Oh, that's for the finance side, yes.
Right.
But that's not approving the contract, that's approving the money movement. So they're two different actions.
Vote them together.
Just do the roll call.
President Demo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Henry,
Yes.
Councilman Pangborn,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harriman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Van Dyke,
Yes.
Councilman Snyder.
Yes.
All right. Any other new business, or old business, I'm sorry. All right, we'll move to new business. We've already completed ordinance 3/12/2601, so we'll move on to ordinance 3/12/2602, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or fiscal officer to enter into a contract with Ricketts Excavating Incorporated for excavating and rehabilitation services to 108 East Walnut Street, Water Tower area, and the declaration of an emergency. So for clarification, because of this being a contract, we still have to do the
Emergency vote and then,
suspend the rules.
yeah.
If you're gonna declare an emergency, and I have that in here, right, there,
Yeah.
Yes.
Ordinance 3/12/2602.
yeah. And I think I saw emergency language in it, so.
Yes,
Read it by title first,
which I did.
and ask for a motion to suspend the rules and declare an emergency.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to suspend rules and declare emergency?
I'll make a motion.
Michelle made the motion. Do I hear a second? Bob second. Discussion? Roll call?
President Demo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Henry,
Yes.
Councilman Pangborn.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harriman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Van Dyke,
Yes.
Councilman Snyder.
Yes.
All right. So I need a motion to pass ordinance 3/12/2602. Do I hear a motion?
I'll motion.
Scott made the motion. Second?
I'll second it.
Second by Katie. Discussion? Roll call?
President Demo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Henry,
Yes.
Councilman Pangborn,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harriman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Van Dyke,
Yes.
Councilman Snyder.
Yes.
Pass that around. All right. Pleasantville Police Car number 4, the 2017 Ford Explorer. Nick touched base on that. That was totaled on 2/13/2026. We've been in contact with our insurance company. We've not made the claim yet. Our big concern, our big question first was, are you guys going to drop us? What are the ramifications other than increased premiums? Of course, till you file the claim, but we're not going to drop you, blah, blah, blah. So this car was a donor car from Reynoldsburg, so we did not purchase the car. Most all the equipment was able to be taken out of it, correct, Nick? And the only expense that we had in it was the decals, which was about $3,000. So I didn't know if council wanted to go and do an insurance claim on this, or if they wanted to take a loss. Just kind of have an open discussion before we went to the insurance company.
How many vehicles do we have in the fleet now?
We have 3.
We still have 3.
Yes. And the
Two.
one, so we have 2 Explorers, which are our primaries, and then our Chevy Tahoe's our backup, but that's the one that has,
What was the value of it? Like, what did we do a valuation of what it would have been worth?
valuation is, the way the insurance company does it is they give you what basically the KBB was of the car, and then they give you full replacement of whatever was lost. So the cage,
Yeah.
Did you say
Sorry.
they were aware?
It's the equipment that really runs them.
yeah, I'm sorry.
You said they were aware, the insurance company is aware? of
Yeah,
this?
we called them and let them know, but we have not made a
So
claim.
they're already aware of this no matter what? Or no?
No, because we've not made a claim.
We don't-
Well, we're up for a review on insurance, and our rates are gonna go up because they always go up.
Equivalent to 3%.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I don't know what the claim is.
If they're not going to,
Did we recover all the equipment out of it, or we lose some?
Well, there's some stuff that was naturally, like the overhead light bar and the spotlight on the vehicle, stuff like that, so pretty much everything on the inside of the vehicle seems like could be unloaded and reused. Well, if we had the right.
Right.
slides in the back, like the locking trunk vault, you know, some of the stuff is like, I don't know, either sextant or whatever. It can go to any vehicle like the radios and
Right.
radar, and all that, that's movable to anything.
And so you got 2 working vehicles, 1 needs repairs,
Mhm.
2 current officers, 1 opening.
Yes.
For paying, yeah.
And do we know, I was asking Jason, do we know what the car, not talking about all the gadgets, but like the actual car typically? Like if we were to have bought that, have you,
If you try to go buy like a 2019 with, you know, similar miles right now, similar equipment, I'm gonna guess, like, the easy go-to websites are like Asia Motors or.
That's what I'm getting ready to jump on.
I'm gonna guess you're gonna be in the neighborhood of $12,000 to $15,000 probably for that type of vehicle with that kind of mileage.
and then
Usually
you said
they'll-
it normally goes up 3%, is that overall for a whole year, or does it drop after a certain period of time?
No, that's just our usual annual increase to our insurance premiums.
Okay.
Mayor, what did you guys pay last time for insurance?
Last time, it was what, 28,000, something like that, 26,000?
For a year or half?
For a
Yes.
year.
Year.
Through PEP?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yep. Let's see.
So an increase per year would be $840 if it's at 3%.
If it's at 3%.
but that's just the standard increase, it doesn't include the accident, the 2 accidents we've had, and
Well, we probably already got the increase from the first accident, I would think.
It'll be on this year's.
Yeah.
so,
So we could do 6%. Overall, that'd be $1,600.
are you taking that additional 3% as an increase because of the accidents? Is that why
Yeah.
you said 6%?
Yeah.
Well, if the car's only worth 14,000 and we have to pay $1,600 extra, that only takes 10 payment, you know, that's only. We're gonna be paying out a lot of money.
But if
when-
we get more officers, especially with the contract he has, we'll need more cars. So if you think about it, if $2,000 a year for 10 years, that's $20,000.
I think we're eligible to pick up another cruiser person.
I'm sorry.
Are we eligible to pick up another?
So Reynoldsburg gave a verbal comment that they get rid of cars every year and we're eligible to ask for them. Doesn't mean we'll receive them, but we're eligible to ask for them.
But we also have the potential of the MOU to get, once we get trained up and, you know, we get involved,
there.
that have funds come in to buy something
Yep.
then too.
So for reference, on Asia Motors, that's where we bought our vehicles before, and they're used. They come with everything other than the radios and things like that, computers. And for a 2023, it's $28,000. And that comes, you know, loaded, I guess is how to say it, other than our radios and the decals. So radios are about $1,500, computers are about $1,500 roughly.
Which the radio and computer we
Yes,
salvaged.
Yeah, and
So-
then the decal to stripe a car is about $3,000.
Right. My brain's rolling around that we
So
have.
John, do you have any input on that? It's-
I know, what I know about police cars is they get used hard, they get used a lot.
Yeah,
A lot of miles, a lot of hard driving, a lot of stop and go.
yeah.
Now
They're
just-
not built to be abused, but they're abused.
I just kind of just rolling around the fact that we have enough cars for officers on the, well, we'll be one short if we get the other spot replaced.
Yeah.
If they would all be on duty at the same time.
I know it's a risk to have cars injured in the line of duty, so to speak. But it
Right.
just doesn't sit right with me that we put forward 2 claims on our insurance so close together on a
Right.
car we got for free that we salvaged. It just doesn't, it sort of sticks in my craw a little bit. I just don't think that's the right thing to do.
It's kind of where I'm leaning, that absorbing the extra, I mean, we already got 1 claim on the first one. Put a second one on, like that could be pretty detrimental to the insurance rate.
Yes.
Well, it's for a car that was free.
Yeah, for a car, we have minimal cost in
That
decals.
we're likely to get another car for free.
Right.
And we've got the equipment out. It just doesn't seem like the right thing to do.
So is anyone opposed to not making a claim? Okay.
Is there any legal things that we have to do it, or?
Can you wrap Casey's truck?
No, because that will give him excuses to speed, and then Nick's gonna have to arrest him, and then I'm gonna have to bail him out of jail, and it's just a whole thing.
You can wrap the little green goblin out there, you can drive it around, and I'll get rides from Jason places, I guess, I don't know.
Alright. So John, since we decided not to make a claim on that, should we do any formal voting, or just keep on trucking? Alright, sounds good to me.
Just so everybody knows, we did keep the old car that was totaled, so, and we do have, the car that was purchased from Glen Willow, or whatever it was, $7,000, something like that. They're like vehicles, so we should be able to, rims, tires, alternators, motors, whatever, that, we have that. So
Yeah.
that's a option to try to keep car two's longevity, because we have to sit there, it's already paid for it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of salvage value to it, so we just have to put the water plant.
Yeah. So we'll go on to Resolution 312-2601, and that's your supplemental appropriations. And be it resolved by the Village of Pleasantville Council that the following supplemental appropriations be approved. General Fund, $10,600, which was for the repairs and maintenance on 100 North Main Street. General Fund, $2,065.15 for professional and technical services. Street Fund, $2,000 for natural gas for the increase in rates. Water Fund, $10,000 for operating supplies and materials, and that's for the water breaks that we've currently been dealing with and some
That was
other.
meters.
Oh, and meters, yes,
That was just meters.
meters.
Yep.
All right, do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 312-2601.
All right, second?
I'll second it.
Second by, are you guys afraid now that we got an attorney?
No.
I'm gonna say, we don't want that.
I know they were,
I'm trying.
I have a
Because you're
procedural
so
question
bold.
though.
Yeah,
So a resolution isn't supposed to go 3 readings like an ordinance?
Because it's budgetary, it doesn't have to have 3 readings.
Okay,
Anything that is budgetary appropriations, it passed that.
okay, thank you.
all right, do we have roll call? I'm sorry. Scott messed me up.
Yeah, my bad.
President Dumont,
yes.
Yes.
Councilman Van Born,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harrier,
Yes.
Councilwoman Van Dyke,
Yes.
Councilman Snyder.
Yes.
All right, ordinance 312-2603, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and fiscal officer to enter into an agreement with Fairfield County Health Department for mosquito fogging and the declaration of emergency. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and declare an emergency?
I'll make a
make a
motion.
motion.
Go ahead, Katie.
Katie made the motion, seconded by,
I'll second the motion.
seconded by Corey. Discussion? Roll
So-
call? Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. So, I guess I just don't remember it was $75 a mile?
Yeah, but there's not even hardly a mile in Pleasantville, so it's.
Oh, so they don't choose us to come, or
No.
charge us to come, that's probably
Yeah.
the cost that I've seen that's.
Yeah, so what they do is
difference.
they go out and do 5 or 6 or 3 or
Okay.
4 villages.
Yeah,
think
I
it's
knew
about-
when it came through, it was
It's like
not,
us,
didn't seem
Thurston,
that much, but.
Freemanish, I think is, or
Some-
Baltimore.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was my only question, because I remember it overall not costing
No.
that much, so I guess that threw me off. So, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Roll call?
Repeat the first one.
This is to go into emergency.
You had, Katie made the motion to declare an emergency.
Uh-huh,
Corey second. Now we do a roll call.
and I did roll call. I thought, President Dumont,
Yes.
Councilman Henry,
Yes.
Councilman Van Born,
Yes.
Councilman Harrier,
Yes.
Councilman Van Dyke,
Yes.
Councilman Snyder.
Yes.
All right. And then do I hear a motion to pass ordinance 312-2603?
I'll make a motion.
And I'll second it.
Motion made by Katie, seconded by Michelle. Discussion? Roll call?
President Dumont,
Yes.
Councilman Henry,
Yes.
Councilman Van Born,
Yes.
Councilman Harrier,
Yes.
Councilman Van Dyke,
Yes.
Councilman Snyder.
Yes.
Sorry.
All right. Ordinance 312-2604, an ordinance approving, adopting, and enacting American Legal Publishing's Ohio Basic Code 2026 edition as a code of ordinances for the municipality of Pleasantville, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. I do have to suspend the rules on this because it's a law, right? Okay. Motion,
How much do they charge you for this, Mayor?
what is our bill on this, $700?
It's in the
A
bag.
year?
It's like
Or I thought it was
600, but we have 3 books and then online.
Yeah.
We picked up the online for Chief so that he had access to it.
I don't think there are any changes over the last year. Maybe halfway.
It's been a long one.
I know they give us a new book every year.
Yeah, so what I was told is every year we have to do this, because if there is a change and we didn't know it, we get caught up in Nick wrote a ticket because ORC says this, but now we use basic code and they don't match anymore. And again, we don't read it cover to back to
Right.
say,
But each year, American Publishing puts out when they put out a new one, they'll put out a little pamphlet in there and says, here are the changes from last year.
yeah,
They didn't do that this year.
true, I didn't see that, yeah, Yeah.
I'm just saying.
yeah. Let's be safe than sorry, because it's only $600, just in case something, yeah.
It's only 600.
Yeah, yeah. I would rather them say, oops, we forgot to send the pamphlet, and then we have something that gets it tossed out. I'm sorry, did we do the suspension of rules?
Not yet.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and declare an emergency?
I'll make a motion.
Katie made the motion.
I'll
Seconded?
second.
Seconded by Courtney. Discussion? Roll call?
President Jamal?
I will abstain.
Okay. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Hayward?
Yes.
Councilman Harrier?
Yes.
Councilman Van Dyke?
Yes.
Councilman Snyder?
Yes.
All right, and do I hear a motion to pass ordinance 312-2604?
I'll make a motion to pass ordinance 312-2604.
All right, Corey made the motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Katie. Discussion? Roll call.
President Jamal?
I would vote no. No?
Okay. Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Hayward?
Yes.
Councilman Harrier?
Yes.
Councilman Van Dyke?
Yes.
Councilman Snyder?
Yes.
Ordinance 312-2605, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or fiscal officer to enter into a contract with Advanced Business Communications Incorporated, ABC, for sewer server backup plan support for the village server and the declaration of an emergency. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and to pass it as an emergency?
I'll make a motion.
Sorry, Michelle made the motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Katie, second. Discussion? Roll call?
President Jamal?
Yes.
Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Hayward?
Yes.
Councilman Harrier?
Yes.
Councilman Van Dyke?
Yes.
Councilman Snyder?
I'm going to abstain because I'm working IT.
All right. Do I hear a motion to pass ordinance 03-12-2605?
I'll make a motion.
Michelle made the motion.
I'll
Oh, that
second.
was the first
I'll
part.
second it.
Emergency, whoops. Sorry, getting confused now.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Corey, second.
Michelle and Corey? I'm
Yes.
sorry. Sorry.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
President Jamal?
Yes.
Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Hayward?
Yes.
Councilman Harrier?
Yes.
Councilman Van Dyke?
Yes.
Councilman Snyder?
Now I'll abstain for sure.
All right. Everyone has in their packet the 2026 rental and pool rates. Rental rates for our community center, things like that, did not go up. Pool rentals did not go up. The only thing that did go up was the admission to, as soon as I find mine here real quick.
I think it went from $3 to $4.
Did we sign the legal one? Was
The
that
legal
signed?
one only has spots for the mayor
Okay.
and the
I
clerk.
just want to make
Yeah.
sure we didn't miss anything.
No. So everything stayed the same other than daily admissions. They went up to $4. The Wednesday deal was $2. And again, we always base this off of what Baltimore, Bremen, and us, we kind of keep our fees in line. Baltimore is more than us, they have more to offer, but us and Bremen remain the same.
That was my question I had.
What's that?
You answered my question.
Oh, we do some research before we get here.
Yeah.
All right. Ordinance 3/12/2606. An ordinance authorizes the mayor and/or fiscal officer to enter into a contract with Mid-Ohio Strategic Technologies for copier services for the village of Pleasantville and the declaration of emergency. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and pass as an emergency?
Also moved.
Scott made the motion. Second?
I'll second it.
Second by Corey. Discussion? Roll call?
President Jamal?
Yes.
Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Pinkmore?
Yes.
Yes. Councilman Van Dyke?
Yes.
Councilman Snyder?
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to pass ordinance 3/12/2606?
I'll make a motion.
Katie made the motion. Second?
I'll second.
Second by Scott. Discussion?
So is our copier bad, or is it?
So we have one more year on the current lease. It is having some problems. So they brought the repair guy, he came down and said, we can get a new copier that can do more. And by doing that, it reduces our copy cost. So the extra, $600 for the new copier basically gets absorbed because we have a reduced cost in our copy price. So it equals out in the end and we get a better copier.
Okay.
All right, roll call?
President Jamal?
Yes.
Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Pinkmore?
Yes.
Councilman Harrier? Yes. Councilman Van Dyke?
Yes.
Councilman Snyder?
Yes.
I promise this is the last one. We normally don't have this many. An ordinance 3/12/2607, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or fiscal officer to enter into a contract with the Baldwin Group for Microsoft Word template module on the Village of Pleasantville Mayor's Court software and the declaration of emergency. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and make this a declaration of an emergency?
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules and declare a state of emergency.
I'll second it.
Corey made the motion, seconded by Michelle. Discussion?
President Jamal?
Yes.
Councilwoman Henry, excuse me.
Yes.
Councilman Pinkmore?
Yes.
Councilman Harrier?
Yes.
Councilman Van Dyke?
Yes.
Councilman Snyder?
Yes.
All right. Do I hear a motion to pass ordinance 3/12/2607?
I'll make a motion.
Michelle made the motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Katie. Discussion? Roll call?
President Jamal?
Yes.
Councilman Henry?
Yes.
Councilman Pinkmore?
Yes.
Councilman Harrier?
Yes.
Councilman Van Dyke?
Yes.
Councilman Snyder?
Yes.
All right. The last thing on our agenda tonight for new business. So we've been getting complaints about pet waste at our parks and different spots throughout the village, including our properties. So Sam and Penny, or Sam reached out to City of Logan and got a copy of their ordinance for everyone to review. Just want to know people's thoughts. We did send it to the Laws Committee, and they did say just go ahead and forward it up. What are people's thoughts in this before we have an ordinance drafted?
Well, we discussed all for having a lovely ordinance for cleaning up after pets. We were a little concerned about the penalty section. We felt that jail time was excessive for dog waste. And so we were going to come back around to Garver to see if that is like standard practice. And now that we have an attorney, follow up with him as well to see if the penalty tier is pretty standard. It just seems a little excessive that there might be an option of jail time for dog poop.
And I would ask, could we do community service in jail time? Is that part of what is already there, or is it like one of the steps?
So it is according to Logan's, basically it's a hierarchy. You know, your first time it's a M4, which, you know, those by state law, there's certain things that apply for that, up to $250 fine and up to 3 months in jail, whatever it is off the top of my head. And then it progresses if you get caught again within a certain period of time and up. I know in the past, we've been told we can start with anything, misdemeanor up and just, or keep it as a misdemeanor. But if you say it is an M4, it's an M4.
And so that's why we wanted to come back to Chief Garber to see if that was,
I would just say that I kind of tend to agree with you. I think that probably on the first offense, it ought to be a minor misdemeanor,
okay,
which would be just a fine. And then you know, if you have the same person doing the same problem, you get the same complaints, and all you can ever do is write them a $25 fine plus court cost or whatever, then they may not care. And so that's probably why they avoid the normal progressive, you know, where second offense is now a fourth and then a third degree, and, you know, so on and so forth. So then we can compel them to come to court. And then that is when you can throw on your community, like your community service, or up the fine, or if they wanna come in here and, you know, say they don't care all about this law, then you could remind them and send them down to the county if you want to. I don't have a preference of what to do. I think a progressive penalty section is probably normal for most things, but I think it's to start with, and then that's my opinion. It's a low level offense.
And this would come through mayor's court?
These type of misdemeanors would be eligible for mayor's court, yes. So John, you got one on the shelf that you wanna dust off?
Yeah. First of all, I'll bet it's covered in the American ordinances that we just enacted.
Okay, now I looked in there and I did not find something for pet waste, but
Is that
again,
right?
yes.
Uh,
Cause we usually go to that first to find it,
Yeah.
and then if not, then we don't like enacting ordinances, just enact ordinances.
I agree with the chief.
Okay.
Start with a minor misdemeanor.
Yeah.
You know, because of someone's law, are you really gonna hang a criminal offense on them for the very first offense?
Yeah.
You know, a minor misdemeanor, you know,
Yeah.
it doesn't show up on a record anywhere. But if it gets to be a problem, then it gets to be a problem.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get cited the second time, and,
All right, so do you have one on the shelf you can dust off and write for us?
no, this one's fine.
This one's fine?
We just changed, misdemeanor to the fourth degree to minor misdemeanor. So,
Would you like to go ahead and draft an ordinance based on this?
be happy to.
All right. All right, any other comments or questions on that? That's what's gonna be so nice about this, it's just like, John, hey,
And I would say most of the time, we're probably gonna do a warning route on the first offense
Yeah.
anyway. So it's not even,
Yeah.
it's not even gonna hit a minor misdemeanor anyway. I mean,
Maybe even a second.
you know,
it's for those people that are doing it on purpose.
it's like, yeah, they're doing it on purpose
Yeah.
and they're indignant about it, and if they wanna throw attitude on top of it,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, that's fine, here's a written invitation. It doesn't talk about it, so.
come on down.
All right, that's all we have under new business. Anyone else have new business before we move on? All right, so we'll go ahead and go around the table. Scott, you have anything?
Your upcoming note, thanking the maintenance guys, I just wanted to reiterate that to a family member of mine had a water break after hours, and Anthony came up from, he was at Menards in Lancaster, and he came and helped and shut the water off so we could get someone in there to fix it. And the guys came and turned it back on and looked at it and told my dad it looked okay, so I appreciate the help on that.
I never relay this stuff to them because I just tell them they do a terrible job and they work harder. So,
You're doing good, yes.
all right. Katie, you have anything?
Nope, I
Right.
believe I'm good.
Courtney?
Yes, if Corey doesn't mind me tacking on to the Recreations Committee, we're also discussing establishing a one-year plan
Okay.
as part of the responsibilities of our committee.
Mhm.
And so we were going to actually send out a survey
Mhm.
to the community to see what they would like to see. It's gonna be a short survey, no more than 5 questions, and we're gonna work with Sam
Mhm.
on just doing a QR code, send it to SurveyMonkey, let it all populate from there.
All right.
Thanks for saying that, I had forgotten.
Yep. That's where all these projects start, is with ideas, and we need them. I mean, we only think of what we know about, so. All right, Michelle?
So I would just say that the American Legion is gonna start having their every Sunday down at the marathon. Yeah, so, and that is kind of community and supporting, you know, a function, so pass the word, and then I would like to ask if maybe Sam can put it on the website or
Yep.
something, so. Just so that other people, see it, gets advertised and gets traction.
Yep. Yeah, that's how they pay their bills every year.
Yeah.
And when they don't have money to cover it, he pays the bills.
Mhm.
So, all right, Cory?
So Monday is, I believe, our Lions meeting. So, John, you can join the Lions. And if you do, then I get credit for it and I get a pin. Anyway. And
Because you're the
also-
first to say it?
Correct.
If he joins the Lions, he's gonna want him to join the Masons, and if he's a
Now,
veteran.
here's the thing.
I can't solicit.
My own
Yeah.
parents wouldn't join for me, but they joined for Michael's part, or for Jason's partner. I'm just saying. So,
I would also notate that I was told by the Millersport Lions at our last meeting that the event that you guys had that they attended was very nice.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
we got
it was well received and well talked about.
I'm going to get the dishwashing award again this year.
You are.
Trust and believe. I can
Alright.
do some dishes.
Bob, you have
And we-
anything?
oh,
Oh,
hold
sorry.
on a minute,
I'm
hold on a
sorry,
minute.
don't mean to rush you.
And we also have breakfast with the bunny on the 28th.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget, tell all your people.
Yeah, no Easter egg hunt.
No
Just,
Easter egg hunt.
no
You're
Easter egg
welcome,
hunt.
Casey.
We've moved to the Breakfast with the Bunny, Lions, Los Sertoma, Masons, and American.
Are you still doing raffle baskets like last year?
Yes, that's the plan.
Oh, because we had our meeting last night. We didn't discuss that.
No,
It didn't come to my attention, so.
Time to do an email.
yes, we have a bunny,
We have a bunny.
so.
John, you didn't know about it.
It was you.
It was one, I'm just
We
not
moved.
asking.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
All right, is that it, Cory?
That's it.
All right, Bob? All right, Penny?
I don't have anything.
Okay, Sam? Okay. Yes, in your packet, there is a thank you for our maintenance team for a water break that happened, and they went out. It's nice to get these. We got those last month because of the snow warriors that they, all the work they did. So it's nice, to have members of the public come out and thank employees, so that's great. Yeah, Cory mentioned Easter is coming up, so the village, and we've had this forever, an event with a bunny, it's been changed over to Breakfast with the Bunny, so we have opportunities to feed in this town. Again, that's all sponsored through the Lions Club, Masonic Temple, Los Sertoma, and the American Legion. We also have, just as a reminder, it is Lent, fish fry at the Thurston Methodist Church tomorrow, $12, $13.
Bob's cooking.
Bob's cooking, and it's
Nice.
good.
I can get that for my parents. I'm going to my parents.
I think that's all the public things that we have coming up until our next meeting, so,
I got two things for you, very real quick.
okay.
I forgot to mention that, while I wrote it down. So, King did go do a 40-hour crisis intervention team class, which will be good, because that's for mental health, and it helps the police officers deal with, people going through challenging things that they have, mental illness of some kind. It's a boring class for police, but it's one of the neat things. And then, along with that, the Board of Developmental Disabilities came out with like a blue envelope program for police to hand out to people on traffic stops. So it's kind of like a notice packet to let the police officer know that, hey, this person has autism, or this person has, whatever the case is, so they understand that why the person may be reacting that way. And I think that's really important, because it is becoming more and more common that we run into it a lot. And sometimes police mishandle that because they misunderstand how the person's reacting, because they're under stress because of the situation. And so that, I think the officer would change the tune completely, and, instead of, if they're not resisting, they just don't understand, they're scared, whatever. So, those two things were, we implemented that training for him, and the envelopes for all the officers passed out willingly too, so that's basically.
Awesome. Say training is good. So, John, you have anything before we close?
No, thank you.
All right, again, thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you for showing up. We look forward to working with you.
Look forward to meeting you.
Yep. All right, do I hear a adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Cory made the motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Michelle. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Good night, everyone.
That's a marathon.